If you got a little rhythm, move left and right. A new experience, baby, gon' hit those stride. Who walking? I'm walking. Who walking? I'm walking. Who walking? I'm walking. Is you walking? And when the grooves get good, don't right to left. Yo, we got grab the trick. Now who walking? I'm walking. Is you walking? I'm walking. Then stretch and walk it out like your plans you have for me. There's no evil. It's all good things. Lord, I love you. So I will trust you. Here I let my fear die. That's why I'm walking. I'm walking. I'm walking. I'm walking. With my eyes can get it right. It will be my guide. It will be my guide. I'll through the trouble. When I don't understand, I will surrender to your plan. Don't clap your hands, everybody. I say to me, don't fail me now. Yo, Jason, you ready? Yeah, so how I walk.
You know the plans you have for me. There's no evil, it's all good things. Lord, I love you. I will trust you. Here I let my fear die. That's why I'm walking. I'm walking. And even through the trouble, I'm just saying I'll relinquish all my plans.
Good Lord, open up doors. Took me down a path I ain't never been before. Looking at the road, I don't see a lot of space. Guess I gotta drop my load, cause you're picking up the pace. Don't leave me to die, be by my side. I get a little anxious, please be my guide. I got my shot, I've been prepping for the moment I would get the green light. So if you see I'm rolling like, don't fail me now.
I tell you like I am. Baby. Oh Lord, I'm walking. Anybody out going? Yes, I am. I'm walking. When my eyes get busy, bright will be my guide. When I don't understand, I surrender to your plan. On me.
Now I wouldn't cap to you. Psych, I did that. And the sad part about it all is your head so big you can fit that. Give me my hat back. So I had to snap back. Talking about your mom's. Yeah, buddy. I smacked that. You teething right. You teething right now. So that means you doo-doo a lot. If it ain't one thing, it's always the other. It's either spit or snot. And every time you doo-doo, your mom say, not it. Grab the wet wipe. But your doo-doo always so lick. My face, bro. I'm in a pack full of wolves. I promise you can't fight that. And even if you wanted to, you still couldn't bite back. Dummy, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm a dad, but do that mean I'm supposed to care? Yeah, your mama snapped, but she gave birth to a gummy bear. Your mom, she a baddie. And truth be told, yeah, bro, she got a fatty. She in the kitchen right now, putting crap patties. And you can look like her all you want, you still gonna be awesome like your daddy. Stop playing with it. I don't know who told him to wear that in here, but he would. So now I gotta talk about it. You think? Man, let him rap. He's supposed to be able to talk about that, bro. You said that was off limits.
told somebody the other day, I said, you giving somebody else the power to change you? Because they said this person did them so wrong that it changed their outlook on future relationships. I said, you gave that person that much power to reshape you, to transform you into something. If you saw yourself in the light that other people see you as, you would be ashamed of yourself. And you gave that person that much power just because they hurt you, just because they let you down to a degree that you've never been hurt before. You allowed that person to transform you and change you into something that you actually hated seeing in other people, but now you've actually become that person, and you try to justify your behavior by saying, nah, I'm smarter now, I'll never let that happen again. You bitter now. You get smarter, you move differently, you change your course of action for the next people, but you never change who you are. Never allow somebody to take those good qualities, the qualities that people fell in love with you for because it made you who you are. You don't give people that much power. Stay who you are, but change the people that you decide to give your best qualities to. Love.
That's 100. Yeah, hold that. They claim they want that soul back. Got nothing to hold back. Take you to the throwback, so that you know that we gon' take the toll back. There's a difference between being seasoned and acting like an old cat. Old heads know that it all comes back around like trying to recapture the moment with a Kodak. The Polaroid is instant. Hoping you don't miss it. Cause most of us been different. I tell you what it isn't about. The amount in the bank account. I'm just trying to figure out if I can make it through, but try to thinking out loud. Pay attention, cause he gives grace to the humble at the same time he humbles the proud. Wow, 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 yeah, wow. Come on, I just don't wanna become what I hate. Cause it ain't all about getting your pay. Let's go. Cause only Christ came down to save us. You know he saved us. I said I just don't wanna become what I hate. Cause it ain't all about getting your way. Cause only Christ came down to save us. He saved us. He did something for me I could never do for myself. And because of that, every single day the movement is felt. I learned in life there's some things that are worse than losing your wealth, like losing your health or losing yourself. But we don't hear it though. We just wanna live this life to see the next scenario. Keep a view that's aerial until we meet our burial. Till then life will ebb and flow. I just want my very own plot of land. But I know my life's in the potter's hands, so I don't need an autograph from any single artisan. I don't need to worship man, cause I know that the heart is sin. Full beyond measure. Once I stopped chasing pleasure, then I felt less pressure from Odessa down to Mecca. See, he controls the weather and my effort keeps me fresh. That ain't the measurement that I use for my own betterment. Cause righteousness is heaven sent, meaning that it's all by grace. So by him, that is all I pray. Come on, I just don't wanna become what I hate. Cause it ain't all about getting your pay up. Let's go. Cause only Christ came down to save us. You know he saved us. I said I just don't wanna become what I hate. Cause it ain't all about getting your way. Cause only Christ came down to save us. He saved us. Come on. That's 100.
No, I never did love, just a pastime. Told myself the last time was the last time. So tell me why. I know that I'm safe for all alone, but when I'm with you, I lose control. And I'm not new to heartbreak, babe, but that's a risk we all gon' take. Cause the vibe's just right. Fall in love again, but I just might. Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. It's risky, and I know it. Once we get to go and we can't stop, we're like a locomotive. A runaway train out of control. And this could be unforgettable. I'm hoping we don't get off track, 'cause it's gonna be a long way back. 'Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. 'Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. Oh yeah.
Everybody, what's up? What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing all right this morning. Glad to see y'all today, and the show begins now. What's up, everybody? Hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all having a good day. Hope all is well with you and yours. Go ahead and vibe for a minute. It's all right. Yeah. Man, today is, what is today? Wednesday. My goodness, feel like a Thursday. Today, I was going to say Thursday. It's not Thursday. Today is Wednesday, June the 18th. And it's Zeke Live in the morning, a great way to start your day. So thank y'all so much for being locked in with us. I say it every day. It's a great way to start your day. And I say it every day, that I'm going to keep saying that until it's no longer a great way to start our day. And y'all got to bear with me here. I literally just jumped out the shower. We're having some internet connectivity issues for some reason. I don't know what's going on. So I will say this much. If it's looking a little bit fuzzy or glitchy or something like that, I don't know what's going on with the internet today. I know it stormed last night, or actually even this morning it was storming. So if it's looking a little bit like that, y'all just bear with us. We still here. We still live. And if all else goes bad, then hey, that just be what it is. So, but nonetheless, we here. So, you know, if it's a little fuzzy or a little bit, it's just, for some reason, the internet is saying we got real connectivity issues this morning. So it just is what it is. But nonetheless, we here Wednesday, June the 18th. Great way to start your day. Zeke Live in the morning. And we got a good today, man. We talking about evolution and change. And those are two subject matters that I know folks don't like to talk about. We don't like to use the word evolution, but I mean, hey, things evolve, people evolve, times evolve, place evolve, ideas evolve. I mean, just things evolve, things change. You know, I read somewhere that every 10 years or something like that, I gotta look up where I read that at actually. Every 10 years or so, people's absolutes change. And when they say they're absolutes, we're talking about their, like the things that they stand 10 toes down on. Y'all know when we standing on business, y'all know how we do. We get a belief system in our mind, and we will stand on business with that belief system. But here's the thing. Every 10 years or so, I gotta find where I read that at. Let me see where it's at. But every 10 years or so, those things change, they evolve. And so imagine that something you stood on, like 10 toes on the ground, you stood on it 10 years ago. Now today, look at you. Do you still believe that? Do you still subscribe to that? Some of us grew up in church. No longer ago, you get to keep us out the church. You couldn't keep us out of there, and now look at us. Some of us ain't there no more. Some of us, grew up believing that, I don't know, it could be something like, some of us grew up believing black people were just all lazy and mean and just lazy and always smoking reefer behind the schoolhouse. Y'all know how some of us grew up with those belief systems, and then we grew up and met some black people, and that's no longer the case. Some of us grew up thinking that, I don't know, grow up thinking that, you grew up thinking that strawberries were the only fruit that you could eat. I don't know, something stupid like that. Strawberries are the only fruit you could eat. And you grew up and you realized there were other fruits out there, and they were delicious, and they were better than strawberries. Your absolutes change as you have new experiences, as you gain new friends, you get exposed to new perspectives, you start going new places you've never been before, and you get introduced to new things, and that stuff sits with us, and it causes us to change the stuff that we once believed, the stuff we once stood so strong on. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. I think it's okay to explore that. I think it's okay to understand that. I think it's okay to know that, and to keep, to keep pushing forward in life, just to keep pushing forward in life, because at the end of the day, we can't just treat the world like it stays the same. Like I know. Don't get me wrong, Christians. I know what y'all gonna say. The Bible says ain't nothing new under the sun. Okay, yeah. But that, hear the poeticism in that, because the reality is, we know it's a lot of new stuff under the sun. When the Bible wrote that line, there was no StreamYard under the sun. There was no Zeke Live in the morning. Well, now we got Zeke Live in the morning. So maybe that was saying something a little bit deeper than just, nothing changes. No, things change all the time. And as long as people are around, there's going to be a shift. There's going to be a change. There's going to be, like, all of that is going to happen as long as people are around, as long as people are here on the planet. That's just what it is. So there's nothing wrong with exploring change. Nothing wrong with exploring the dynamics of change. There's nothing wrong with exploring that, and it's a healthy thing to do. I do believe that. So that's what we're dealing with today. We're gonna talk about some of that. We got y'all got me today. I don't know that Eric is gonna make it. Y'all know he's been traveling. Today is his last day traveling. So he might pop in for a minute. He might not. But y'all got me today until Rick gets here. So and that's if he's able to make it, because he's doing some filming. We got some busy stuff going on through the Zeke Live in the Morning cast. We just got a lot of stuff happening, just a whole lot of stuff. So y'all keep us all lifted up. Y'all keep us all in prayer. I don't take it lightly that any of those people get on here with me. Rich and Eric and Rhonda and Pastor Bill. Like, I don't take it lightly that any of these people get on live with me in the morning, first thing in the morning. It's a lot to ask, but to do it every day. And I appreciate them. But we also got real lives and stuff that we doing, stuff that's going on. So we also dealing with that. So y'all keep them lifted up, keep them in prayer. We also praying for y'all. I know y'all got a lot of stuff going on, so I don't take it lightly that y'all jump on here every morning, that y'all get on with us, all of you lock stars. I don't take it lightly. I really don't. And so, like I said, Zeke Live in the Morning, great way to start your day. And, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one today, man. It is. When I got to thinking about that topic, evolution, man, I just changed and all of that. I got to thinking about it, and I'm just like, man, it's crazy, because the way I was raised was not necessarily the way my parents were raised. But when I look even further back, the way they were raised wasn't necessarily the way their parents were raised, like my grandparents. And the way they were raised wasn't, necessarily the way their parents were raised. I mean, their parents were slaves, then they were freed, and then they got out and they were doing stuff, and then they raised their kids with some of that, but then they raised their kids, but then they raised us, and then now we having kids and grandkids. I got people my age got grandkids. Like, I ain't got no kids, let alone grandkids, but people my age got grandkids at this point. Like, just generations and things change. And so, I always think it's healthy to at least explore the idea of change and evolution. And like I said, I know church folks, we get to a certain point, we don't want to talk about change. And it's, it's actually a fact. It's actually a real fact that the older people get, the more conservative they get, because it kind of shapes the life. You figure out what your life is and how to maneuver in that life. But the world just keeps on evolving. The world just keeps on changing. As a result of that, you start seeing yourself fit less and less inside the world that you once knew. Well, the problem with fitting less and less inside the world you once knew is that you don't know how to engage anymore. We don't know how to engage with the. Look, I'm 41 years old, and I be hearing like younger folks saying stuff, and I be like, what does that even mean? Somebody told me something the other day. What did they tell me? Said it on the show last week. One of the kids told me, they said you got oh my God, was it lead character energy? I'm showing my age. I don't think that's right. I think it's main character energy. I think it's what they said. Main character. You have main character energy is basically what they told me. It was either lead character energy or main character energy. The fact that I don't even know the terminology. They said it to me and I'm still not registering it. You see what I'm saying? I can't get the clock the T thing right? I keep saying clap that T. I keep doing that, right? But it's clock that T. Like all these new phrases and these new things that are cultural phenomena, and I'm just lost. I'm 41. I ain't even that old. Ain't that young either, but I ain't that old. Like, and and I'm lost. I mean, like, stuff like, I'm still walking around talking about some, cool beans. Like, I'm still walking around saying stuff like that. Like, and they like, oh my God, Zeke, you saying such old stuff. And I'll be like, what? That's, oh my Lord. Like, so like I said, we get things and we get settled and we know what you got your own factor, your own vibe. Then the world shifting around you and stuff keeps on moving on, and you stuck on what happens when you stuck on stuff that you used to do, the stuff you used to say, the stuff you used to believe. We all fall victim to it. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just, I think that, what it becomes something wrong with it is when we start to think that the way we know things is the way it's supposed to be. And all of us can definitely, really think about this. Really, go back to your childhood. All of us can definitely look back at a time in our life. We looked at the generation before us and thought that they was just old, outdated, not understanding. Remember Will Smith? Parents just don't understand. Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff, y'all remember that? The Fresh Prince, y'all remember that? Not the show, but the actual rapper when he was winning Grammys for rap. That parents just don't understand. Like, it's just the way of life. It's the way the world works. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it other than fit in. So, time change. The question is, will you? And so that's what we're dealing with today. We'll talk about some different stuff around that topic. I'd love for y'all to chime in. I'd love for y'all, tell me some stuff that just kind of got out of hand for you. Some stuff that you thought that you knew. Some stuff you thought you understood. Some stuff you thought was all right. I think about this stuff. We remember back in the day, we used to laugh at old men. Well, I don't know. We maybe still do it now. Old men that got a little bit cool now, but old men kind of got their ways, don't they? We know about the old men who wear like the daddy shoes. Y'all know what I'm talking about, them New Balances and them open toe sandals that they be barbecuing with. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Old black men, y'all know. They play their certain songs and all that. But remember back in the day when I was a kid, we used to laugh at men who dressed like they was from the 70s. Now, that was 20-something years earlier, right? But if you were still walking around with bell-bottom pants and platform shoes and plaid jackets and like brim hats like the one I got on right now, there was a time where we would laugh at you for that because that was outdated. It wasn't anymore. Like, we would laugh at that stuff, right? Like, but Jesus Christ, I'm looking at it now and my wife and I, we still talk about this, how we still got clothes from 10, 15, 20 years ago. We still got stuff from back then. Now, granted, it's not as drastic of an outdated situation. Actually, a lot of the styles from the 2000s that came back around. All the baggy jeans and the stripes and, all that stuff that came back around. All the frill and all that stuff. Yeah, those things don't come back around again. But, so now you can pull out your old clothes and wear them like they completely in style and people think that you up on something. But, 5 years ago, that wasn't the case. If you were still wearing clothes from 2003, 5 years ago, when skinny jeans was in and you walking around with jeans that's wide as 3 legs, like, people was looking at you like, why you dressing like that? Where you get them old pants from? I'd never forget when this kid, I said this before on the show, but I'm traumatized by it. I get triggered by it when this kid pushed it. But he gonna ask me when I used to run summer camp back in Richmond Park. He asked me, he said, Mr. Cool, what was it like way back in the 1900s? You could call me Mr. Cool, just for call me Mr. Cool. That was the name that they gave me, Mr. Cool. So this is Mr. Cool. This is Christian. This one kid. He's got to be about 15 now. He said, Mr. Cool, what was it like way back in the 1900s when you were a kid? And I was just like, whoa, first of all, that is a sequence of words you should never put together. What was it like way back in the 1900s? But first of all, way back, first you ought to order for way back. Second, you out of order for calling it the 1900s. But we don't think about it like that. But kids, to them, all that stuff is old, right? So the way they view the world is very different. Just the way we view the world is different than our parents and the generations in front of us. And ain't nothing wrong with that. It's okay. Now, here's what's also wrong, though, because on the one hand, you got us older folks who want everything to still look like what it looked like when we were, coming up. So we want everything just to stop right there. Well, we can't do that. But at the same token, that for younger generations, my prayer for them, and the thing I always try to tell them whenever I'm talking to them or dealing with them is, don't get rid of the old stuff. Matter of fact, that's even biblical. That's scriptural. When you look at the 10 Commandments, that tells you to honor, right? To have that honor. I heard one professor put it this way: carry your mother and father. I forget which commandment that is, but carrying the elderly around. In other words, it's a commandment that acknowledges a respect for the older generations, for elders, for people who have been there before, people who have done it before. And a lot of times, these youth, you get young and you think you're invincible and you don't listen to the wisdom that has come, because wisdom isn't something you get. You don't. I get the story with somebody that hit me back up about Solomon, where they'll say, well, he prayed for wisdom and God gave it to him, and all right, but there's something a little deeper with that, and we're not going to go into that. The reality of wisdom is that wisdom is only gained through experience. You don't have wisdom unless you have experience. If you praying to God for wisdom, be ready for him to throw some experiences your way. Be ready for some stuff that's gonna shake your feet, that's gonna shake your mentality, that's gonna shake your understanding of the world around you. Because when you get wisdom, it's based on experiences. And so I'm saying that to say, a lot of times I think younger generations, and not even just younger generations, just younger generations that are behind another generation, not even just young people. Not people like 20 and under, and 25 and younger, 30 and younger. I'm not talking about that. It's some 55-year-olds right now who can't stand the 75-year-old person at their church because they just want enough to stay the way it was. It's some 45-year-olds right now who looking at the 55-year-old who's mad at the 75-year-old, but that 45-year-old is looking at the 55-year-old like, nigga, you mad about that, but what about? And then the 45-year-old is getting the side eye from the 15-year-old who is like, don't nobody want to, I'm talking about church perspective right now, right? I'm using church as an example right now. Nobody want to sing "We Lift Our Hands in the Sanctuary." Like, what is that even? The 15-year-old is looking at that. On Sunday, I started singing, I hope I don't embarrass them with this one. There's no embarrassment, no knock or anything. You never had to play a song. You just never had to play a song. I get it. But I started singing, Father, I stretch my hand to thee. No other help I know. So I started singing at the church, and I had two young cats on the keys, and I started singing, and they lost, boy. I'm trying to read through the chords, but I'm trying to sing the song. I'm trying to hear what they play. I'm trying to remember what chords they hit. I'm trying to visualize. There was a lot going on. So I sent them after service, I just sent them I sent them a group text, and I just said, hey, put this in y'all's repertoire. This is a song that could come out at any church situation, any black church situation, especially a Baptist one. Don't mess around, be on the organ, somebody starts singing it, you don't know it. Like, it's just, you gotta show them the way. Like, but they didn't know that. Because when was the last time somebody sang that song? Depending on what church you at, you might not heard that song in years. Like, so somebody who only been playing for 5 or 6 years, if you ain't singing it in 7 years, they just don't even remember ever even hearing it. They've never played it. Right? But sometimes get mad at the younger generation. And the younger generations are looking at us like, what is that old song you playing? Like, you ain't gonna play no Pastor Mike Jr. You ain't gonna play you ain't gonna sing no, I don't know, hill songs. Black churches now, they do a lot of hill song and elevation and all that stuff. And the older generation like, I don't need all that. I don't want that. I need my Ricky Dillon. Like, take me back to the old Kirk Franklin. Y'all know how to do. You can sing Silver and Gold and maybe Melodies from Heaven, but don't start doing this new stuff where he gyrates on the stage. Y'all know how we do. So generations have to learn to respect each other and understand that we bring different perspectives because the fact is still true, I believe, and nothing is new under the sun. But I think that when we say nothing is new under the sun, I think it just means human nature. There's nothing new inside of human nature. And the more things you put in front of human nature, it doesn't create people. It doesn't create folks, but it reveals who people really are. And so you put new experiences in front of people and, it's going to reveal who they are. It's going to reveal what they stand for. It's going to reveal what they about. And so I'm saying that to say we need more communication between young people, old people, middle-aged people, kids, teenagers. Everybody needs to bring their perspective to the table, and we all need to respect that perspective. But us older folks, we have got to remember that evolution is not just a thing that we talk about in school or that we get mad at because, we mad at Darwin versus, evolution versus creationism. We're trying to keep it. No, evolution is real. Evolution is what happens. It just is what it is. Things change. New technologies come out. People engage with the world different. Yeah, I know. You used to play outside all day, every day. You used to drink from the water hose. I did it too. I get it. We used to do all of that stuff. We used to play baseball and kickball and tag and hide and go seek. We used to ride our bikes from one end of town to the other end of town. We used to go outside and not come back in for several hours. In fact, our parents used to tell us, "Quit coming in and out that house." Right? Remember y'all parents used to say that? I know my parents ain't the only one. "Quit coming in and out that house." Right? Like all of that. I know. That's what we used to do. I get it. But now they got video games. Now they got iPads. Now they got cell phones in their hand. They engage with each other a whole different way. And, there's a wisdom that we can give to them because there's some things that I think are, connection issues that they have with each other as far as just knowing how to talk to people and be around people and all that. I get that. So that's where the wisdom comes in. But to just be like, "Oh, y'all need to not have this no more," and just the world done change, it done shift. We chat GPT and stuff. We still got folks that are scared of chat GPT. I just use my own brain. I'm gonna just figure out how to do. You still using your own brain, like it's just now you got a tool in front of you, like, and that's the world that we're in, and that's where the world is going. So why do we try to make people make it what it was? Make it some quote unquote glory days or something, it's just, there's no point in that. In my views, there's no point in that. The only thing we should be doing at this point in time is to be encouraging young folks for how to engage in the world with all the new technologies and all the new things that are in front of them. I think that's totally how we should be doing it. We should be respecting younger opinions. But younger people, y'all should be respecting older perspectives because older perspectives got wisdom. And that's the one thing you ain't got. I think we talked about this yesterday. A 20-year-old can't conceive 40 years. A 15-year-old can't conceive 25 years. A 10-year-old can't conceive 20 years. I mean, it's just they can't conceive it. So to them, stuff is just old, outdated. It's antique. It's antiquated. It's just, to them, that's what it is. It takes years of time. It takes years of perspective to gain to be able to see that far out. And it's very important, I think, that we help them to navigate through that perspective, but without judgment and without making them feel like they just young and dumb. That's just, that's a fallacy. I think we got to get rid of that fallacy of, they young, so they must be dumb, all that stuff. Anyways, that's my soapbox spiel for the day. There's my soapbox spiel. I tell you what, we're going to do this. We're going to run to a music break real quick, and I'm going to go and act like I'm going to finish getting dressed. So I might play a few songs here. So y'all do me a favor. I got to get my water. I ain't got no coffee. Like the internet thing looked like it might have just got a little stronger. So hopefully the show will go off without a hitch from here on out. Because I'm sick of looking at this low Wi-Fi signal. I don't understand that either. Like I'm sitting. Okay, so I'm on my laptop, right? So here's my laptop right here. The modem, if I do this, I'm touching the modem. Like I'm literally touching the modem right there. So what is happening with Al Gore's interwebs today? I don't know. Maybe it was the storm. Maybe they're having issues. This side over here, we always run into that when there's a storm or something. It's just, we just learn to just live with it and accept it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but what can you do? I can't go out there and fix wires and stuff. So, I do know one thing. I'm paying way too much for my internet for it to be acting up. Now, I do know that much. I does know that. Figure something out. There you go. Things change, things evolve, and they evolve these interweb lines. Like that interweb, they need to evolve these lines. How about that? Like, so I can have better internet in the morning time. Like it's been doing that a lot this week too. Like it was just hot the last couple days and we're still having that issue. But then today, it's storm, so I just assume it's about the storm. I don't know. But anyways, it looked like it's a little better. So we're going to do this. We're going to play a music break, play a few songs here. And then when I come back, we're going to do one of my favorite things. Y'all know what I love to do. One of my absolute favorite parts of the show is always those morning shout outs. So if you haven't said it already, please go ahead and say good morning. If you haven't done so, it's all right to subscribe over on Zeke Locke'd on YouTube and over on Zeke Locke'd on Facebook. And if you want to get on my profile, it's Locke'd Zeke. I know the backwards way. That's how I know which one is which. And then you can follow me on Instagram as well for more stuff. We're not live on Instagram. I decided not to do the Instagram thing until we really get things structured and stuff. And this is just not the top of my mind. It is not my biggest concern in my life right now. So Instagram will be back at some point. Right now, it just ain't that point. It's just, we got other things to worry about for the show that we're working out. So Instagram, they'll get in when they fit in, and they fit in when they get in. That just be that. So we'll be back with some more in the shout out. So like I said, if you haven't already done so, if you haven't already done it, please go ahead and subscribe and do all that stuff, and then tell us good morning. Let me know you're here with me this morning. I see some comments that's already coming in, and man, these comments, when I say I load this thing up about a quarter till 20, a quarter after 7 or 20 after 7, and comments be pouring in already, that's cool. I like that. That's dope. Y'all keep that energy alive. That's how you get the first comment of the day. So we'll see who got the first comment of the day. We'll see who got all that when we come back. And then, like I said, if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and say good morning, and we'll be right back. Let's see what we're going to play this morning. Let's see. And like I said too, though, this evolution topic, I really want y'all to take this into consideration and go ahead and, like I said, but comment inside the thing. I want to hear from y'all this morning. What are some things that have evolved in your life? We'll engage in this conversation together, but what are some things that have evolved in your life that you maybe wish, I don't know, maybe you wish that they didn't have to evolve. Maybe you wish they could have just stayed the same. Maybe you wish you can go back to the glory days or whatever. I don't know, but now things have changed. I don't know. Share some of those stories with me. Let's talk about it today. We'll have some fun. For right now, though, here's a Kese, and let's Kese Brimpong with Bountiful, not beautiful, but Bountiful. And we'll be back soon. Y'all say good morning.
Has no worry, and the sparrow has no care. Why should I worry when my Father owns the cattle on the hill? Why should I worry when my Father owns the silver and the gold? So I'm casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares, oh, casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares, oh. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah, shower your blessings, yeah. I don't rush, shower your blessings, shower your blessings, yeah. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Atumra, shower your blessings, shower your blessings, yeah. Papa, shower me your blessings. Shower your blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. So I will be anxious for nothing. Supplicate for everything. Why should I worry about my problems when I can pray them off? Why should I worry my cares on you. Casting my cares on you. Casting my cares on you. Casting my cares. Oh. So I'm casting my cares on you. Casting my cares on you. Casting my cares on you. Casting my cares. Oh. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. I do brush, shower your blessings, ah. Shower your blessings, ah. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, bountiful, bountiful, bountiful blessings. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. I do brush, shower your blessings, ah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Papa, shower me your blessing. Shower your blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Abundant blessings, multiple blessings, bountiful blessings, come in my way. Abundant blessings, multiple blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. I do brush, shower your blessings, ah. Papa, shower me your blessing, your blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Abundant blessings, multiple blessings, bountiful blessings, come in my way. Abundant blessings, multiple blessings, yeah.
Blessings falling down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each blessing I receive, it keeps bringing me joy.
Yeah, okay. Blessing to coming in front of me. Coming in front. I'm in the cup with a bag on me. How you feel? Like I got my peace in this heavenly? Yes. We not the same. Keeping the fake up under me. You know. Yeah. I gotta go. I'm in the league. Yeah. No checking the scope. Plain to see. You reap what you sow. You cannot face me. I gotta say this life is amazing. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time he saved my life. Come in with that talk. Please don't kill my vibe. Shorty got that walk. She know what I like. Yeah. With the gang and it's some shit, yeah. Okay, I'm in the still, I got the truth. Look at the pedigree. Okay, I never lose when I'm on the move. I'm leaning on the G. Okay, dipped in the water, only the Father coming in clutch for me. Coming in clutch, coming in clutch, coming in, yeah.
Blessings falling down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each blessing I receive.
Problems I avoid. Why would I give up my core? Belief in you gon' change my world. Make me feel like I'm the world. You gon' maybe I'm not sure. Just make me your little vessel. I won't wrestle with you, Lord. I got all these blessings raining. I'm gon' need a new umbrella. We don't do that stressing, baby. Faith gon' work in any weather. Once I gave him all of me, I just hit the Hall of Fame. We take Jesus over shame. Got no limits, but he not damn. They say no, I'm still the same. Yeah, I got a lot to prove. Fill my life with room. Yeah, I got that tune. Yes, I couldn't help it, my confession. Tell him I'm about to bloom. He wrote me up from the womb. Blessings coming soon.
Blessings falling down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each new blessing I receive.
feeling these Afro beats this morning, y'all. We coming right back with the morning shout out. I'm just feeling the beat. Hey, hey, hey. Act like this ain't fine. Hey, hey, hey.
It's on me, I know. The evidence all around me, you are here, I know. So stay with me. Oh, Papa God, won't you stay with me? Yeah. For my nanny, stay with me. Say you'll be there. Stay with me, Papa. Oh, no, I ain't perfect. Obstacles will test my faith, inhibiting purpose. I tripped up one too many times. When I fall, Munoti, I'll rise again. It's on me, I know. The evidence all around me, you are near, I know. So stay with me. Oh, Papa God, won't you stay with me? Yeah. For my nanny, stay with me. Say you'll be there. Stay with me, Papa. Oh, don't turn your face away from me. I know this life without you, it's lonely. I'm overwhelmed. Please don't turn your face away from me. I know this life without you, it's lonely. I'm overwhelmed. Stay with me. Oh, Papa God, won't you stay with me? Yeah. For my nanny, stay with me. Say you'll be there. Stay with me, Papa. So stay with me. Oh, Papa God, won't you stay with me? Yeah. For my nanny, stay with me. Say you'll be there. Stay with me, Papa. Oh,
Hey, there it is right there, y'all. Hey, let's jump into these morning shout outs. Good to see y'all this morning. Glad y'all are here. Them Afro beats. I don't know. I just, I had to finish putting on my lotion. I had to finish doing all that. I told you, I just jumped out of the shower. I was trying to figure out what was going on with these interwebs this morning, and time slipped away from me. And it was the other side of it, right? So all the episodes get recorded. And so they record into, we use StreamYard. I'm still on StreamYard, y'all. I'm still here. So they all get recorded into StreamYard. And then I got to download them and move them over. My computer was full and the internet was acting. I was like, what is going on? So it took like 2 hours to do something that probably should have took me 30 minutes. I don't know. Like this morning. Like, so then I look up and it was 7:20. And I'm about to jump in the shower, and I'm like, "Yo, I gotta press live in 5 minutes." So that happened. So I'm like double duty, double tasking. I'm working on the side and doing. There's a lot going on this morning on Wednesday, the 18th, and part of that might be because tomorrow is Thursday, the 19th. And if you're not familiar with what the 19th is now, thanks to your president, Donald John Trump. We now celebrate officially Juneteenth. And so tomorrow is Juneteenth. Matter of fact, we got to do a Juneteenth episode, I think. Yeah, we should do that. We should do a Juneteenth episode tomorrow because they're erasing our history everywhere else. Ain't that something? The person who gave us Juneteenth is also the person that's erasing our history, but I ain't here to be political this morning because maybe that's your guy. And I don't want to talk about your guy. That might be your guy, but he ain't my guy right now. I ain't cool with him right now. So, that's me. Let me do this real quick before we do our morning shout outs. If you haven't already said it, please say good morning and let me know something that you wish would have just stayed the same or that you Y'all know, y'all know how we are. We start getting older. We wish stuff could just stay the same, and we understand and accept that it can't. But it's okay to wish that some stuff could go back. It's okay. I wish we could go back to the days when kids just played outside. I would love. I am happy though. Around here, there's a lot of kids that play outside, but I don't get a chance to just go out there. But sometimes I'll be out there. They be shooting the basketball in the alley. Sometimes I grab it. Well, let me see, but you ain't got no shot. You got, that exchange that happens. I like to see that. But a lot of places you go to parks and stuff, and there don't be as many kids out there as there used to be. I wish we could go back to that, but we can't. So let me do this real quick, Will. So if you haven't said anything to me yet, go ahead and say it to me. But while you're doing that, let me throw some announcements up here. Healing Voices, I've been announcing this, and I'm gonna keep pushing this hard. Next week on Thursday, this is sponsored by the Community Healing Resource Center, a product of Live Free Illinois, an organization that is sponsored by Live Free Illinois and the Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority. We do different events and stuff. Y'all seen me announce several events on here, and I will continue to do so. This one is coming up starting next Thursday. We're bringing this back around. Healing Voices. So every second and fourth Thursday. I know somebody said, Zeke, that's a lot. You should probably only do it once a month. And I said, why? I'm not to me, it was like, why? Why should I only do it once a month? I'm not in need of healing only once a month. In fact, I'm not in need of healing only twice a month. It's just that my calendar won't allow me to put more than that in those many days in there to seek that kind of stuff. But that's what Healing Voices is. So it is not a lot. It is a very easy thing. It's a lot of fun. I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a chance to come and sing, get that woosah moment. I want to hear all of y'all. I want to see everybody there, man. Come on out. It's totally, absolutely free. There is no there's no registration fee. I'm not going to ask you for a donation. If you want to give a donation, I'll put it out there. You can, but I'm not going to ask you for one. I'm not going to ask you for an offering. I'm not going to ask you for your commitment to be at all of these events and all that stuff. Unless you just want to do that, then that's, do that. And we'll be there for you. But this is for the people who are looking for healing. They are looking for the opportunity to heal. They're looking for the opportunity to just release. Y'all know we go through so much in life. And let me just park here for just one hot second so we can get to these shout outs. We deal with so much stuff in life, whether it be through violence, whether it be through living in crazy neighborhoods, whether it be through you just got a job you can't stand. You some of y'all right now getting dressed to go to a job that you hate. Some of y'all trying to prep what you gonna say when that goofy coworker you got say something to you. You prepping yourself right now for how to say it the right way back, how to respond without getting fired today. Like you just, Lord, thank you for the holiday tomorrow. Some of y'all are on that page right now. We got to listen. We deal with a lot. Some of y'all got kids. You trying to get them dressed right now. Some of y'all listening to me right now, trying to get your kid dressed, and they just are kicking their feet and running around. And once you got them dressed, you go get yourself together, turn around, and they butt naked. If you're dealing with toddlers, y'all already know that's a thing that happens. Like, and you be like, what do I just dressed you? You ready to pull your hair out because you running 10 minutes late already. Now you got to do 10 more minutes with this mother who done took their clothes off all over the house. So it's a shoe over here and a shoe over there and a shirt in there and a diaper. For some reason, there's a diaper in the kitchen. Like, what in the world is going on? Like, right? Like, just a lot. You deal with a lot. Some of y'all just have taxing schedules, and every time you go somewhere, you're just busy and people just pulling on you a lot. You just like, and you just, now you want to just shelter up and stay in the house. I get it. I've been there. I'm halfway there now. I get it. Like, that's me being vulnerable. I'm halfway there now. Like, so I get it. That's what Healing Voices is for. This is a chance to come around some music. I believe wholeheartedly that music has the ability to heal. It has the ability to get down to your inside and to your soul and just help you just contemplate some things. The right atmosphere with the right music. I got music playing in the background right now because when I turn it off, it's just whack. Right? I mean, we just turn it off and look, I'm just talking. But when you got the little beat playing in the background, it just feel like something, right? Music does that. Music does that. So you got to be careful what you put inside your ears. But let's put some healing in there, and that's what this is for. So I want to see y'all there every second and fourth Thursday. It starts this coming one. Y'all help me make the first one a big one. Can y'all do that, Paul? Can y'all help me make the first one a big enough one that it makes it worthwhile to continue going? So come on out, invite somebody. And if you're in the Chicago area, that is at 114th and Vincennes in Chicago. So it's really APC Morgan Park, right there in the chapel. We'll be in the chapel area. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be a good time. It's easy going, but it's singing, it's vocalizing, it's community. Some people just need a hug. Listen. You ever been there where you just needed a hug? You just needed somebody to give you a hug? Yeah, just come into space. Even if you can't sing, maybe you got no tone at all. This is not that. This is just you want to. Like, remember, y'all, you ever did karaoke? Most people that do karaoke can't sing a lick. That's why they love karaoke, because they can't sing and they got no other chance to do so. But we're giving you a chance to come render your voice and sing together in community. And maybe your voice, maybe you all right. Come out and be a support system for somebody else. Maybe your voice has the healing inside of it that somebody else needs. So that's going on starting next Thursday. I'll announce that again all the way leading up to it. I'll just keep announcing this. Y'all just get ready to just keep hearing this announcement, because like I said, it's every second and fourth Thursday from 7 to 8:30. And another one I need to actually get on here, we started doing support groups on every first and third Thursday at 6 p.m. Same location. So every Thursday I've got something going on. Every Thursday evening there's something going on, and I'm inviting y'all to all of that. Definitely. Let's see here. This announcement right here just hit the presses yesterday. This is Rashawn Holmes. For those of y'all that don't know, past star Rich Holmes that be on here. AP Rich, my dog, my friend, my brother, my homie for a long time. Well, his brother, who is crazy. I watched him grow up, and he's in the NBA. Like Rashawn Holmes in the NBA. Where's Rashawn at now? DC? Is Rashawn in Washington now? I'd lose track of where these people be going. He's in DC. Last I knew he was in Sacramento. I think he's in DC now. There we go. Anyways, Rashawn Holmes. If y'all cannot tell, I am not the sports guy. I've been so away from sports for so long. That's the thing I wish they bring back, the Michael Jordan era of basketball. But alas, that's never coming back. We are where we are. And I just, I got into music and I stopped being as much into sports and stuff like that. So, so I just lost a lot of the knowledge of all this stuff. But I do know one thing. We proud of this man right here, Rashawn Holmes. We proud of him and what he does. And so he's not somebody that just ran off and never looks back. He always is looking back, and that's what he's doing with this. This is the Rashawn Holmes basketball camp. They've been doing this every year since he's been in the league, and I think he's been in the NBA 10 years now, 10 or 11 years. So they've been doing this every year. So this is a standing thing they do every year. I believe it's in Locke'd. Let me move that banner out for you, that ticker, so I can see it. Yeah, there you have it right there. Oh, it's going to be in Hammond. Oh, it's going to be right down the street from me on Indianapolis Boulevard. My God. All right, there you have it. So it's going to be right down the street on Indianapolis Boulevard in Hammond. I was about to put it all the way in Lockport. Y'all forgive me. Y'all was going to be in Lockport dealing with me. They used to do it out there, though. So y'all read the flyer, because I've been done gave you all the wrong information. June 21st. That's this Saturday, I think. Yeah, I think that's this Saturday. The 21st in Hammond, Indiana. So if you're in the Chicago area, again, Hammond, Indiana. For those that don't know who ain't from here, Northwest Indiana is like the suburbs of Chicago as well. So if you're in the Chicago area, or if you want to come up to the Chicago area, go ahead, get registered. They got registration stuff there. You can tune into them, staytwentytuned.com, or, that's where it's going to be at. So go ahead and register for that. Get that on your calendars. If you know any young people who are into basketball and all of that stuff, then definitely invite them out. Let them know that's what's going on. And then Rich can talk a little bit about that a little bit more when he gets here. You can talk about that a little bit more when he gets. I'm trying to say it the right way. It didn't sound right when I said it. I don't know. Anyways, so that's going on. Let's do this, y'all. Let's knock down some morning shout outs. Let me just go ahead and irritate everybody, because since I'm here by myself, I play what I want to play.
I was born by the blood of
I'm here by myself. I can play what I want to play with no complaint.
The blood of the Son of God. I was born.
Oh, All right. I know everyone's going to be upset. I know. I'm waiting for the comments to come pouring in about why I'm playing this song. Because I like it. That's why I'm playing it. That's the answer. I like it. All right. Let's see who's here. I'm telling y'all, listen, while we doing this, the Genesis Project, y'all in Africa, I think I need to go look it up. Where they at? They are, I feel like they're in Tanzania, but I feel also, on the other hand, I feel like I'm making that up. Somebody that submitted something from Tanzania. It could be the other song I'll be playing. Somebody from Tanzania. Anyway, they from the African continent, and I'm going to redo this song because I like it. I like this song. Don't be surprised if you come to my church one Sunday and we singing this. That's all I'm saying. I like it. All right, first comment of the day. Guess who got the first comment of the day? It's Mama. There she is right there. Share stage. She got the first comment of the day. She was in there. Look, y'all. I got a timestamp of 7:17 a.m. The show doesn't go live until 7:25. When I say y'all lock stars be locked in, y'all do my heart so well. Oh, come on. I know y'all heard that in the background. Y'all do my heart so well because that's crazy. 7:17. And then look who was here at 7:19. Rhonda, it was your mama. Pastor Cynthia Cohen. Y'all go show Pastor Cynthia some love. Y'all go show her all the love and all the hugs and all of those things, and keep her lifted in prayer. You know, as we prayed for Rhonda the other day, you know, we're keeping her in prayer too. That was her husband, right? We're praying for Father's Day, those who have lost fathers. Well, you know, we probably didn't mention this, but those who lost husbands as well. So show her love, not only for that, but just for the virtue that she one of the mamas of the show. And y'all know how we do the mamas of the show over here. We go and show them love. So put hearts and everything on them. Let them know that we love them. It helps us out because we don't get to do all the emoji comments and stuff like that when we live. So when y'all go love on our mamas for us, it's like in proxy for us. So we love when y'all do that. So please go love on Pastor Cynthia Cohen. I'm so glad she's here today. Let's see who's number 3 in there. Is our one and only Miss Brony Cat. Y'all give it up for Brony Cat. If Brony says good morning, Lock Stars. It's raining. Yes, it is raining here in Chicago. It's raining, but this is still a good way to jumpstart Wisdom Wednesday. I like that. I told y'all she got a different name every day. She's like a chat GPT of names. I told Rhonda this the other day when we went out to eat. I said, between you and the Bronya, y'all just be coming up with names. Like, y'all like Rhonda's the one that came up with the name Lock Stars. Like, I mean, just know how to do names. Just, my goodness. I'm not that quick with it. I can name a person real quick. You know, you tell me your name and I've been done had a nickname for you by the time it's all said and done. Like, shit, right here. We just call her Mama. That's a nickname. You see that? That's the Cynthia Mama. That's not a nickname. That's her name. But Brony Cat, well, I've always known her all my life as a Bronya. Now I just call her Brony Cat when I see her. So she did that to herself. But and then look who it is. It's our Miss Asia Jamal. Y'all give it up for her, of course, with the Pure Live podcast. So you can go follow that and subscribe to that. I guess you will subscribe on YouTube. You can subscribe to that over there with her because you want to check out those episodes. She's been interviewing and doing stuff with people who are friends of this show. So, of course, we want to make sure our platforms are all lined up like a little community. We got our own little, if this is the church world, I'm so churchy. Listen, I own that. I grew up in church. That is what it is. So I own it. I'm very churchy sometimes. But incidentally, not churchy enough for the church people, but not worldly enough for the world people. I'm just Zeke, and I'm cool with it. But I've referenced everything through the mindset of church. But I'm saying that to say, you know, if this was like a church, this would be like this would be like a little fellowship of like podcasts and live broadcasts and live cast and all of that. You got Viewey Network with Rich. You got Rhonda on the Rocks podcast with Rhonda. And then you've got our girl right here, Asia Jamal, with the Pure Live podcast. So y'all make sure to go subscribe to that because we all love on each other. Jamaica got some stuff coming out. Jamaica Lachey. I keep saying we're going to have her on here, and we is. It's just we got to plot that out for what day that's going to make sense because she got some stuff she's releasing. So we like a little community over here, a little fellowship. Like a little fellowship of podcasts. Maybe that's her name, the Fellowship of Podcasts. Speaking of podcasts, other podcasts that you can subscribe to, there is the Rhonda on the Rocks podcast. She said, man, I wanted to be first today. Y'all are quick. Yeah, they was quick today, Rhonda. They was quick. Matter of fact, look at this. So I went live at 7:25. That's when I pressed the live button. I do that every day at 7:25. That's kind of been what we've been going with it. 7:25 is when we kick it off. I click the 7:25. Rhonda gets on and comments at 7:25. This comment that's on the screen right there from Rhonda on the Rocks was at 7:25. I promise y'all, right when we went. But she's the 5th comment of the day. 1, 2, 3, 4 that were all before 7:25, before we went live. That's the power of being subscribed on YouTube and turning on the notifications. Because then when it shows you that we've uploaded the show, that we're ready to go for it shows as, in waiting, if you will. And you can start leaving comments and all that stuff there. So shout out to Rhonda on the Rocks. She was I'll give you a consolation prize here, Rhonda. You were the first comment after going live. See how that works? You were the first comment after going live. So shout out to you for that. It's just insane to me that people they get on so quick, so early, and I love it. I love every moment of that. It's a great way to start my day, so I appreciate that. Let's see here. Let's get another track playing. Let's keep the Afro vibes going one more time. One more time in the Afro. I just feeling really, really Afrocentric. I'm playing all the Afrocentric songs. Got that in the background. June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. It's also Pride Month, but it's also Black Music Month. Incidentally, that was done under George Bush, right? Was that George Bush that did that right before he left office? Or was that Trump? I want to say that was George Bush that did. I know it was a Republican. It was either Bush or Trump that made June. I'm pretty sure it was Bush. Made June Black Music Month. So, I'm into my Afro vibes all week this week. I don't know. It's just what I'm feeling. So, anyways, got that in the backdrop. My bro, my friend, my homie, my brethren, who I owe a call to, he tried to hit me up yesterday, and I missed it, and then I got busy and pulled away. So I'll probably reach out to you today, Doc. Matter of fact, I got to go. I think I might have to get my wife out the hospital today. So I was going to say I might try to link up with you while I'm up that way. But I don't know if I can. I don't think I can. I got a meeting later on, but I might have to get back through that traffic and get back out to the hospital where my wife is. But mi esposa es. Was that good Spanish? Where me? No. Donde? I don't know. I don't know how to say it in Spanish. Donde mi esposa es? Donde es mi esposa? I don't know. Where's my wife? I got to get my wife from the hospital, so I might not be able to link up with you. I just went down a rabbit trail right there. But y'all give a big shout out to my friend, my homie, Westside Willie. There he is right there. And this is what we were looking for. This right here from Brony Cat. She says, welcome to Zeke Live in the Morning with Zeke Locke and co-host Eric Ride Out, Richard Holmes, and Rhonda on the Rocks. It's time to use our wisdom to evolve and change things for the better. Listen at that, man. Wisdom Wednesday. I like that. Wisdom Wednesday and the evolution. She even locked right in on the title of the show today and everything. I love that. And there's Mama on the Facebook side as well. Y'all know she fast back and forth. She said it right there. She said, I got fast fingers today. Look at that. She's back and forth between YouTube and Facebook. So y'all show us some love depending on whatever side of the coin you're watching from today. Y'all show her some love over there. And then speaking of mamas of the show, there's Mrs. Johnny Rideout, JP Rideout. That's Eric's mama. So y'all wish her some love and hearts and hugs and all those things. Y'all give it because we show love to the mamas of the show over here. Let's see here. Who else we got? Shout out to Lisa Taylor. What's up, Lisa? Yo, good to see you. Hope everything is well. We were just talking about your son. We were just talking about Tony. God, no, what was that? We was at the wheel. So was that Tuesday? Monday? The day's running good. What's today? Thursday? Today's Wednesday. Yes, today is Wednesday. I keep thinking it's Thursday. But this was Monday. So it's 2 days ago. We were just talking about Tony. I don't even remember what we was talking about. I just remember we was talking about him. We was talking about him and Muffin. I think it was because my wife was in the hospital. But a whole thing is nobody on here's business. But yeah, you were just in our thoughts though, just the other day, and then you're here this morning. So just saying to you, hey, what's up? Welcome. So glad you're here. And then there's my Aunt Kathy. Y'all go show her some love right there. That's my auntie Kathy, the pastor, Trefinia McGeesland, the one and only. She is a jewel to the world, a jewel to the kingdom. So y'all go ahead and show her some love. And then look who it is. It's our girl, Tamika Lachey. Y'all give her some love because that's my homie. That's my sister. And I just mentioned that she's got some stuff that's coming up. This like whole animated thing. And I want to hear all about it. So we're going to have her on the show again. You know, she's been on the show a few times before. So, you know, she just get used to seeing it. We play our music all the time. So she's in a new venture as well that she's taking on. And I really want to hear all about it. It looks really, really cool. And we'll talk about that one day. And speaking of mamas of the show, other mamas of the show, look at this. It's my mama. She's saying all the way from over on the West Coast, praying for my Lockstar peeps. She's locked in. That's my mama, y'all. The Dr. Lisa Dyson. That's my mama, my actual birth mama. She gave birth to me. She carried me for 9 months, and I came out on time. That's all I remember about that story. I came out on time. They said December 1st. I got here December 1st like a good Christian boy that I am. And my mama says she needs a Zeke hug, and I got to get on out there. I got to get out to my mama and my daddy. I got to go see my parents, y'all. Y'all know it's hard. I ain't going to lie. It's hard being really, really far away from your parents. Hey, y'all, like for those of y'all that kind of, you grew up and you moved on and, and maybe I'm talking specifically to those who, everybody that had good relationships with their parents. I get that too. So obviously I ain't talking about y'all. It might have been a blessing for y'all to get away from your parents. I don't know. I don't mean that with no disrespect, but I'm saying if you had trying to get away from your parents and they moved away, that's a good thing. I wasn't trying to get away from my parents. They just had to move away by circumstance. And so, it's hard to get out there and see them. I only get to see them a few times a year. I'm used to being able to see them a lot more. I know my mama will be here next month. I do know that much. So, so I'll get to see her at least then. But yeah. I need a mommy hug as well. Yeah, I need a mommy hug. Let me go ahead and star that comment. Look at Brony Cat chimed in, responding to that, talking about Lisa, so do I. He gives the best hugs. I give the best hugs. Oh, that's because it's all love from over here, man. I'm all love. I'm a walking ball of love. I try to be. I really do try to be. And I would hope that y'all try to do the same thing. Just try to show love and be love, do love, and just love, man. It's just because what else? I mean, what else is there? You know what I mean? Like love, and it's not love and hate. Really, it's love and fear. Love versus fear. So show love and it'll conquer the fear. Speaking of love, here's somebody I love very much. It's my wife, Miss Kimyata Locke. I was about to say her maiden last name, but that ain't her last name no more. That ain't her. I was teasing her the other day. I said she said something. It was a picture we were looking at or something. I was like, oh yeah, that's this chick I used to date named Kimyata Panky. She was like, oh, what's that word? She was playing the role play. I was like, I don't talk to her no more. I don't deal with Kimyata Panky no more. I don't know who that is. Like, she was like, oh, well, okay, I was like, yeah, that's because I ended up marrying this chick named Kimyata Locke. Like, and so there she is right there. Y'all, my wife, I married her. I put that ring on it. I went to Jarrett's. I'm married now. Yeah. I actually did go to Jarrett. That's not even kidding. I actually went to Jarrett's and got the ring. Like, I didn't know that was even like, I think I did know. I forgot that was like a commercial. So funny story. And she could tell this when she gets here one day, but she picked out her own ring. No joke. She picked out her own ring. And then and I'm glad she did, because what I had in mind is not at all what she picked. Like, so, and then it's like we went to Jarrett's. That was like the first place we went. It was like maybe the fourth ring we saw, fourth or fifth ring. And she was locked in with it. We were like, okay, well, let's go look at some other places and see if they got. And so everything became a comparison to that ring. And that's when I realized, she really wants that ring. Yeah, that's the ring she wants. And she was trying to be open to other stuff. She wanted to go see other things. I was like, man, we can eliminate all of these other places and just get that ring. All right, that's the one you want. And that's what she got. So she wears that ring proudly, carrying my last name, because I feel like it, then you should have put a ring on it. I liked it, so I went and put a ring on it. So that's what happened with that. Y'all give it up for Willie God Brought Me Outlet. Shout out to Willie Outlet. Man, I was trying to get your song. I went to the email. Check your email. I actually sent you an email this morning. That's another thing I was doing this morning. I was looking for your stuff. Send me an email. I shot you what I'm looking for, what we need in order to get it up on here. That'll make it go by real quick. And if you get that to me, we'll play a song so the people can hear it. Willie God Brought Me Outlet. He's here a lot of days throughout the week, and he's been locked in with us. So y'all give him some love. He's also an artist. He got music. So y'all go check out his YouTube page. Plus, I just like the whole name. Willie God Brought Me Outlet. I like that. Plus, one of my best friends in the world is named Willie. So anybody named Willie is all right in my book. Anybody named Willie is all right in my book. One of my best friends' name is Willie. So there you have that. Y'all shout out, but check your email, man. Absolutely. And then here is one of our friends, somebody who sang and traveled with me all over this wonderful United States. It's Piglet. Shout out to Janine. We love you, girl. How you doing? I hope all is well with you. And she, listen, one of the sweetest people in the world. I promise y'all, she's just one of the sweetest people. So y'all show her some love because she is always around. Piglet, I don't know if you heard the announcement, but I guess I'll just let you know right off the bat right here, in case you didn't hear it, in case you didn't get a chance to see it. Look what's going on. Healing Voices is coming back around every second and fourth Thursday. It's a new music iteration that I'm working on, and so I want to see you there. I know if I say Piglet comes, she'll show up. Like, she'll be there ready to sing and ready to just show love. And she is, y'all talk about good hugs. She one of them good hug people too. Just love her to death. So y'all go ahead and show her some love as well. Let's see. What else we got? In here? Man, look at all the love that's being spread. My wife done gave a heart. Oh, look at that. My wife giving hearts. Oh, cheesy mug. And then look at that. I love this right here. Jesus loves you, and I do too. From Willie, God brought me out. Y'all go ahead and give God brought me out some love right there. And then y'all real quick show Mama some love. She's headed to set. Y'all know she works on makeup and stuff, so she'll be and when I say makeup, we ain't just talking about just regular makeup, the stuff that we need to make us look good. She turns people into characters. Like, they do the movie style makeup. So when they're on set, they're doing big things. There's a lot of moving parts. I've seen them. She's always prepping stuff, working alongside her daughter, Toddy. They work as a great team together, and they have a team with them. So I've seen them in person. So y'all show her some love. Wish her well. We're praying the best for them as they're on movie set and as they're doing the things that they're doing. So there it is right there. And look at that. Jamaica said you are definitely talking about, I'm pretty sure she was talking about Piglet, saying you definitely are one of the sweetest. And Jamaica Lachey also said, me and Marcus give amazing hugs. And then Rondo on the Rocks, of course, had to come from my head. That was the first and last time I was on time for something. December 1st, 1980, year unknown. That's 41 years ago. Yeah, I'll be 42 this year, y'all. That is a tough swill to follow. What? There's a tough swill to follow. That is a tough pill to swallow. And I'll be 42 years old this year. My God. Yeah, that might have been the first and last time I was on time for something. That's for sure. I'm usually pretty timely, kind of, depending on where I'm going or what I got. No. Let me just be self-aware. I'm timely sometimes, like if it's a show or something, because I know that runs exactly on, so everything is blocked out, and it's like getting to that. That's, like by the time the show starts, you best believe I'm on that stage. That's me. But other stuff, yeah, I do be late sometimes. I know, I do. That is true. All right, I'm self-aware, Rhonda. I'm self-aware, and so I'll be. I better follow that swill. You better put a G in place of that H. Irony. Oh, my sister Jamaica. My goodness. Hey, y'all, let's do this. Nope, too late. Hey, y'all, let's do this. Let's take another music break right here. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about evolution and change. What is some of that stuff? I saw one of them in there. And let me go ahead and start it so I can put it on there just to start off the conversation a little bit, though. Rhonda said, where is it at? Because I saw it when it came through. I thought I liked it, and I didn't. Oh, shoot. Now I can't find it. Now I can't even find it. All right. Well, okay. All these comments. There's a lot of comments in here. Y'all are commenting. I love it. My goodness. Rhonda, what did you say? You wish something about social media. That, okay, I done lost it. All right. I lost it. But nope, it's lost. She said she wishes, though, that social media could go back to when it was only for college kids. Now, I don't know if y'all remember that. I don't know if... Oh, there it is right there. Okay, I was looking for something. There it is right there. I wish social media was still only for college students. And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of times I wish I could go back to that, man. I remember when Facebook first came out. I remember that. I do. And we went to Olivet together, so we had to have olivet.edu domain name on our email in order to even sign up for Facebook. And then on top of that, it was only with students within our university. Then they opened it up where we can connect with kids from other universities. And that was pretty cool. Then they opened up the high school thing. We was like, oh, hecky no. Like, they opened up the high school thing. We was like, don't let them little young bucks in here. But it was separated. High schoolers couldn't talk to college kids. It was like a whole thing. So it was like, and then by the time I got out, something happened within a couple of years of me graduating where they just said, to hell with it. We gonna open Facebook for everybody. And next thing I know, my mama was on Facebook. I had aunties on Facebook, and then y'all here now. We here now. It's the way of the world. Has been that way for 20 years now. So it is what it is. Almost 20 years y'all been here. So it is what it is. But I'm just saying, those first few years of Facebook, before y'all got to come, it was like a whole different vibe. It was a whole different experience. It had its own culture. It had its own, I don't know how to describe it. That's why I understand these young kids, like, why they got their own culture, their own way. And that's why we talk about evolution. We can wish all day that it goes back to those times, but here's the reality, man. It ain't going back to it. But we can live in the memories, right? We can still enjoy the memories because there was wisdom to be gained in those memories. Like Brony Cat says, I grew you in my age group was allowed in. We took over and turned it into something that it shouldn't have been. Look at, that's almost like a bar. When my age group was allowed in, we took it over and turned it into something that it shouldn't have been. Oh. Yeah, anyway, so yeah. I mean, that's just real. That's reality, man. You know? Matter of fact, here goes one right here. And then we're going to go into this music break. See, y'all already talking about the social media stuff. Shout out to John Johnson. Shout out to John Johnson. He said, y'all remember Black Planet? Y'all remember Black Planet? Like, so we'll talk about that when we get back. Let's talk about that when we get back. Because Black Planet, if you ask me, because he said MySpace. Before that was Facebook, before that was MySpace, there was Black Planet. And I'm of the opinion that black folks, we really kind of made the social media world what it is, man. Like chat groups, the chat rooms and stuff was one thing, and that was its vibe. But that was the first real form of social media with AOL and all that. If you ask me, I don't know. Somebody else might say something else. I don't know. Some real expert. But if I go to recesses of my mind, I consider those chat rooms and stuff that were on AOL. I consider that stuff to be, I consider that stuff to be the first form of social media. But the first actual social media platform that was dedicated to a profile and all that. Well, before we ever heard of MySpace, we was on Black Planet. Like, I remember that from like junior high school, bro. Like there was Black Planet and it was black people. It was us. Like, remember we had your song playing in the background. You had pictures. You had a little background. Remember those little backgrounds we used to have? And then Muggs started getting fancy with the backgrounds and figuring out how to make them look like pictures and stuff. Like, oh man, stuff got real on Black Planet. And then I remember one day a dude came into my room, Greg. Shout out to Greg. I can't think of his last name, Olivet. And he was like, man, they got this new thing called MySpace. Have you seen that? And I remember the first thing I made about MySpace, Rhonda don't hate me, but my first post on MySpace was something like, my first profile said something along the lines like, I like Michael Jackson, he can sing, and the dude's got moves. So it was something stupid, like something you would expect a sophomore in college to come up with. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah. But we was Black Planet before that was MySpace. Then MySpace came along, and what was his name? Tom. Tom was your first friend. Yeah, remember Tom? Tom came along and just did what some folks do to black folks all the time. They just got rid of our stuff. We was all on MySpace. Your top friend. Remember the top 5 or top 8 friends that you could have? I think top 5 was T-Mobile. But the top 8 friends that you had on you was like 4 here, 4 there. Like, remember that? Like, oh my God, those, like, and Muggs would get mad if they were not in your top. Like, y'all don't be looking at these little kids talking about like they just looking for the likes, because I remember arguments happening. I remember people like having whole mental breakdowns because they were not in somebody's top friends on MySpace. when you look back on it, that job is hilarious right now. But traumatizing to people. People thought they had best friends and they weren't in them tops, and you felt salty, boy, like salty, like, oh, well, if I ain't even gonna be showing her profile, then I ain't going to her little party. I ain't going to, like, y'all remember all of that? Look at Ron throwing the other ones in there. I remember Mi Gente. I had Mi Gente. I had that one too. I ain't gonna lie. I had a Black Planet and a Mi Gente. I had both of those, you know. Almost forgot about Mi Gente. Yeah, Mi Gente, whatever it's called. Whatever. I was calling Mi Gente. Is it pronounced Mi Gente or Mi Gente? Or Mi Gente? I don't know. Am I being too black? Whatever it was, I was on that mug. I remember when I found it, and I was like, and you know, back then we weren't calling them Latinx. You know, this is gonna sound mildly racist. Now watch this. This is how times change, and I swear we're going to this music break. This is how times change, because this is gonna sound mildly racist. Back then we was like, oh, the Mexicans got their own thing, like, and I had everybody who was Latin was Mexican. You could be from Ecuador, you're Mexican. You could be from Honduras, you was Mexican. You could be from Bolivia, you Mexican. Like, it was what we call people. Now we've grown and evolved. See how evolution happens? But if you still walk around here calling somebody who's from Bolivia, you calling them a Mexican, because that's what you used to do. And we used to say that, and they didn't get offended back then. Like, see, evolution. You got to change with the times. Yeah, we used to do it. But, you know, anyways, when I found out the Mexicans, as I said, when I found out the Mexicans had their own version of Black Planet, I got me a profile over there too, and they was lit. And I kid y'all not though, MySpace came around right after I got that one, right after I got the Mi Gente. Okay, it is Mi Gente. Perfect. Right after I got it, that's when MySpace came out. Greg came in my room, introduced me to MySpace, and that's where all the Europeans were. That's where the European Americans, that's where they all were. They were all over there, and, you know, of course, all the people from college and school were on MySpace, and so because that was my world, that's just kind of what it became. I remember my friend Lorna, speaking of MySpace, I remember my friend Lorna was so excited because she was in a full-on conversation with Kanye West. Lorna, if you ever see this, do you remember this? When the computer lab that was in the coffee shop, I didn't even know who Kanye West really was. I didn't know him by name like that. But I remember we was in the computer room. You was like, I'm talking to Kanye West right now. And I'm like, who is Kanye West? He the one with that song, the Through the Wire song, and Jesus Walks. And I'm like, oh, that's his name? Like, oh yeah, that's dope. Like, legit, Kanye West was, I guess, on MySpace once upon a time. And we was all so excited because she was literally like having a conversation with him via MySpace. Socials, that was our social media. It got us connected to our celebrities, people all over the world, people you never knew. You know, that's the way it is. Now, when we get back, maybe we can talk about some of the other social media stuff too, like dating sites. I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but Facebook got a dating thing. They tried to throw me in there, and I was like, what the heck is this even? And how did I end up in this? So you might not know this, but you got a Facebook dating profile. So throwing it out there. You may not be active on it, but you got one. You got access to one. So if you're looking for a date, go ahead and get you a Temu date off of Facebook. Oh my God, I don't know that I would trust anybody coming off of Facebook. I just don't know. I don't know. It must be hard out here for y'all dating. That's different too. You know, we dated differently back in the day. Sometimes I wish that would come back, but whatever the case may be, nonetheless, you know. All right, y'all, let's do this. Let's play a couple of songs here. We're going to come right back, talk about some of these evolutions and go down memory lane the way we've been doing, because y'all got me thinking about MySpace and Mi Gente. My goodness, have mercy. What in the world? We'll be right back after this.
Trouble, God, you've been my shelter when the world's shaking from all of the pressure. Come rain or shine, I'm covered through whatever weather. You are my refuge from now till forever. You've been so good to me, yeah, you've been so good to me, yeah, you've been with you, I could do anything, 'cause you're my safety.
I found your love, never letting go, never letting go. Take my hand and lead, and I'll follow you. Oh, you hold me down like an anchor below. You surround me with perfect peace, and that's why I say,
there's a peace I can't deny, and I know I'll be alright, 'cause you're my safety. And my life can testify that you've been here by my side. You're my safety, you're my safety. I follow, let you lead the way, everywhere I go, every single day. Never wanna leave, I just wanna stay in your loving arms, in your embrace. Never let me go, never let me go. When I'm on a high or even when I'm low, everything's aligned, I feel it in my soul. 'Cause I know, I know, I know you've been so good to me, yeah, you've been so good to me, yeah, you've been with you, I could do anything, 'cause you're my safety. There's a peace I can't deny, and I know I'll be alright, 'cause you're my safety. You're my safety, you're my safety.
I will be running to you.
You're my safety, you're my safety.
So hide me, hide me, hide me in your loving arms.
You're my safety, you're my safety.
You're a child of the King, and His love is supreme. Said He knows your days and He knows your nights. You were more than just their spy. It cannot be described how you feeling with pride when you choose to walk at His side and under His care you want to reside. I know, I know, I know. Sometimes this life will go after your smile. Try to pull that away from you, oh. But don't allow the pressure to make you forget who you are. Beloved, be encouraged. Beloved, we got a promise from heaven, so we're alright, we're okay, we're alright, we're okay. There is nothing that can keep us from the life that we have in Jesus. So we're alright, we're okay, we're alright, we'll be okay. Be encouraged.
You alright?
You okay?
And my lupus is acting up. But I'll be alright. I'll be okay.
I'm standing on your promises, you haven't failed me yet. You're not a man that you should lie, so I never fret. I'm so encouraged, you gave me courage, you comfort me. With the still small voice, you said you never leave. From that moment on, I knew everything was okay. 'Cause you conquered everything, even death in the grave. Now who am I that you should love me and have in my praise? When it comes to your ways, Lord, I'm so amazed. You remain the same, yet daily you're brand new. When I think about it, nothing compares to you. Not gold, diamonds, and pearls, Lord, I adore you. The Prince of Peace, remove the thief from this temple. You're the Lord and King of Kings upon the throne. I give you glory, and glory is God and God alone. Your love is unconditional, I gotta let the world know. Nothing can separate us, no matter where I go.
Encouraged, beloved, we got a promise from heaven, so we're alright, we're okay, we're alright, we're okay. There is nothing that can keep us from the life that we have in Jesus. So we're alright, we're okay, we're alright, we'll be okay. Be encouraged, beloved, we got a promise from heaven, so we're alright, we're okay, we're alright, we're okay. There is nothing that can keep Jesus, so we're alright, we're okay, we're alright, we'll be okay. But there are times when I forget this and I give into pressure and I make mistakes. Tell me, what should I do? Sometimes it's a relapse. If you relapse, gotta retrack. If you retrack, it'll lead back to the king that'll bring peace back. With your peace back, you can think right. When you think right, you can see light. With the right sight, then your life's tight. Your Christ walk will be alright. Be encouraged, beloved. We got a promise from heaven, so we're alright. We're okay, we're alright, we're okay. There is nothing that can keep us from the life that we have in Jesus. So we're alright, we're okay, we're alright, we will be okay. Be encouraged.
Hey, yeah. Yeah. Y'all know this is my jam right here. Yeah. I love the auntie that keeps going down in the video. She keeps like scrolling across the screen. I love it. I love the family vibes, man. I love the family reunion vibes there, man. It just feels good. It's a good feel-good situation. Look at that. Just a feel-good situation. I love it, man. That is a thing I miss from my younger years. You know, we talk about what are some of the stuff we miss from my younger years. I miss families getting together with family reunions. My family was so much more, I don't know, we were so much more together. You know, back in the day, we had a lot more things that we did together. We had holidays that we shared together. But of course, people get older. They start moving on. They start going on about their life, where life is taking them. And, you know, what do you do with that? I mean, it is what it is. That's how it goes. So, you know, that's a thing I miss. I know that's a thing. I won't say it's not coming back. I won't say it's not even totally still like not there. I won't say that. We still get together as a family. It's just, you know, when New Year's Day comes along, it's been a few years since we've been together on New Year's Day. That was a big thing with my grandmother. Like that was our family holiday. That was our family joint. We would have 75 people at a hotel. I kid you not, 100 people. It started getting numbers like that where it outgrew my grandparents' house because all the extended family and stuff was there. It was, you look at, even my mom was getting that saying she's going to plan one next year in South Lake Tahoe. Boom. There we go right there. My parents just moved over towards Lake Tahoe, so they're out that way now. Yeah, you know, that's kind of cool now. I get to tell people, you know, I gotta go out to Tahoe. I mean, they're in Carson City, but, you know, I can say I'll get to go to Tahoe. I'm going to start saying that. I'm going to Tahoe because they live like 30 minutes from Tahoe. So there we are right there. So she's going to plan one. But that's a thing that I miss from my younger years. You know, I miss that. That's where, you know, my wife says the same thing. She talks about how her family, how her household, her house was the house that everybody, you know, the house that everybody came to, all the cousins, all the aunties, all the uncles. It was her house. And that's how my house was. You know, it started to become my house. It was my grandparents' house. But, you know, as times change and as things shift and folks start growing up and moving away, I mean, just new family traditions start. New things start. Like they start their own families. You know, I look at my aunt and my uncle and they've got children and grandchildren and all of that. So now they're the grandma and the grandpa. They got a whole line of their own family. I look at my uncle. He's got children and grandchildren, and pretty soon, you know, a few years from there, it'll be great-grandchildren. Like, so they got their own line of the family. My family, children, grandchildren, shoot, great-grandchildren. We actually got great-grandchildren. You know, I got great nieces and nephews. I got nieces and nephews with children. So we our own line. We're our own line of family, and so it creates now for them what are extended families. But for us, this was immediate family. That was my cousin. But my cousin, I don't get to see as often because my cousin moved away, and they had children, and now they go to their mama's house for the holiday. It's not the mama coming to grandma's house, and we all in that. This is how generations do. It's how things change. It is what it is. That's what happens, man. It just is what it is, you know. So it's okay to look back on the memories, but man, you can't lose no sleep when the stuff ain't no longer there. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. Some of y'all know that, right? Like I see, shout out to Tay Treasy, that's Rich's wife right there, y'all. She's been on the show many times. There she is right there. She says, I miss the cousin sleepovers at grandma's house. Sleeping all in the living room and getting in trouble because it was just too many of us. That's really what it was like when all the cousins stayed over. So, you know, like for me, like most of my cousin sleepovers and things, of course, was on my mother's side. So we would go to my, in Kankakee, Illinois, we would go to my grandmother's house sometimes, and it would just be, in my age group, it was like a few of us. And then round about 5 years behind me, they just started coming like, really honestly, from me on down, somebody was pregnant every year. There was a baby that came. It was a new baby every year at the house. That's why the New Year's things was such a big deal for a season there, because every year there was a new baby. Like every year. Like there was at least one new baby that was coming in there, a new infant. And then, of course, that meant there was a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old and the 3-year-olds. And so, but there was a season in there where like my uncle was having the last of his first set of kids, and say it that way. And I don't mean no disrespect by that. That just is what it is. He was having the last of them, but my aunt was now starting to have kids. And then my mom had another child that came along. So, and then of course we had like very close family friends who are family to us. And so they were raised with us like they was our first cousins, and we still treat them as such. And guess what? They was there. Like, so, and all of them was like within 5 or 6 years age of each other, and mostly boys. And they were ruthless, man. They were rough. My goodness, they were competitive with each other. They stank. Like they smelled bad. They was always fighting, but like play fighting, but the play fights would turn into real fights, and then they would start talking about each other. Like, and when I say talk about each other, I mean these mugs talked about it, and if you walked in the room, you got talked about with them. Like they would stop talking about each other and gang up on you. Like they were a rough bunch. So by the time they started spending the night at grandma's house, by the time they started spending the night at grandma and papa's house, it was just too much. It was just too much. Get these boys, go outside. Y'all go outside. Y'all need to go to somebody else's house. We'll come visit over there. Like it got to be that way. Yeah. Getting in trouble because it was just too many kids. And then in my granny's house is my biological father's mother. So my white grandmama, she was white. She was actually white. She was born white. She was born in like either Eastern Iowa or Western Illinois, but like right in that area, somewhere outside like Quad City stuff. She from out there. So farm girl, amazing story. One day I have to tell her story, but yeah. All the kids will be over there, and we was loud, and we ran the block. I remember doing stupid stuff like going outside. There was a train track that was about a block away, and I remember going over to the train track when they would have those big tanker trucks going by, and we would pick up rocks and stuff and be throwing them at the tankers. I mean, stupid stuff like that. We had rock fights in the back alley. I mean, I remember stuff like that. I mean, y'all remember when alleys were unpaved? Like now everybody got paved alleys. Y'all got concrete and tar and asphalt on your alleys, but we had rocks in our alley. It was rocks. It was unpaved. So we would be picking up the rocks, and don't let them drop some new rocks. We'd be throwing them up like fireworks, seeing who could dodge them. I mean, just stupid stuff that kids do. Like, to this day, I don't know why we was throwing rocks at each other. Like, talk about fun. We might have broke a couple windows. I'm not going to confirm or deny that. I'm just going to say we might have done that. But we were throwing rocks at each other at the end of the day. Like, I just don't understand why we did that. We played dodgeball. We did all that kind of stuff. And yes, Rhonda, my grandmother was white. She was white. God rest her soul. She was white. She wasn't half white, wasn't a quarter white. She wasn't an octoroon. She was white. She had a white daddy, a white mama. She had white grandparents, white cousins, white. In fact, she was so they were of the racist denomination of white folks. They were of the the racist persuasion of the white side. And so she actually got disowned. She married a black man. She got disowned by her family. So she had before she died, I remember just sitting with her asking stories. That's why I say you can't get rid of the older generations. Before she died, I sat down with her and just asked her store it. I wish we had all the stuff like Chat GPT and stuff like that then, because all I got is just the memories of sitting down asking those questions. I didn't like voice record or anything. I just would go to her house all the time, and I'd just be sitting there with her watching Game Show Network. That was our thing. She liked Game Show Network. She liked the Gaithers, and she liked what was the other thing she liked? What was that show? Some trailer show, some trailer park show. Mama's House or Mama's Family or whatever it was called. Like, it was hilarious though. Loved it. I loved all that stuff. That's where I got all that stuff out of me. So like, you know, but you know, we'd be sitting around, and one day I just started asking her story, and just like, Granny, where you actually from, and what do you actually all this stuff. And when she got to telling me her story, I was like, why is this not a movie? It was one of them. So, you know, I'm absolutely grateful to have had that time. And I just wish that people would do the same thing, man. I really wish people would do to the young people. Sit with some older folks. Listen to the memories and stories they got. Because how many young people today have ever heard of MySpace? They know Facebook, but do they know MySpace? No. But so if they don't know MySpace, they darn sure don't know Black Planet. Like, and Black Planet was where it was at. That was lit. So anyways, yeah, all those old memories, man, that was the stuff. All right, y'all, I'm gonna bring to the stage the one and only Pastor Rich Holmes. Before I bring him up, check this out though. My mama said that, yeah, she was proud of her black grandson, and paraded you around to her aunt in Monticello and all her family. And my Grammy, apparently when I was a baby, my granny would just like kidnap me and take me all down into central Illinois where her aunts and stuff was. She only had a few relatives that still, you know, really rocked with her after she had a black family. And, you know, be honest with you, I was a little bit older before I realized she was even a white woman. Like, it was just granny, you know. Like, there wasn't no, oh, she's white, she's black. It wasn't until other folks started putting that in my head that I realized something was different. And then I had to sort through all that in my life. So just let kids be kids. Anyways, y'all, let's do this, y'all. Let's bring to the stage the one and only. He is a superstar. He is a celebrity. He's a pretty fly guy, but since we're in the Afro beats mode, he's pretty godly as well. So there we go. We'll bring him up to the stage. The one and only Pastor Rich Holmes. What up, Doc?
What's up? Hey,
what's
yo.
Hey. That's your voice on there. The people don't know that, but that's you. They don't know that's you. Look at that. Okay.
You gotta a little bit, huh?
Look at that.
It's Wild Wednesday.
Yeah.
What's up, man? You good?
Yeah, man. How you feeling?
Oh, man. All is well on today.
Yeah.
Let me get a little light. There it is. Hallelujah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Everything is good. It's a good day today.
Hey.
I don't like the weather too much, but it's a good day.
I know, right? Like, what is that about? It was. I ain't gonna lie though. Like, it was so humid yesterday, and I still have not come home and put my AC in. We don't have central air in here. Well, you know this. We don't have but they don't know this. I don't have central air in my house, so I gotta, every summer put in the air conditioning units and all that. And I just have not gotten around to doing it yet. We haven't too much needed it really just yet. But God, when the heat hit, it just came out of nowhere. And now it's like just finding the time to go dig them out, clean them off, and all this stuff.
Yeah, that's Chicago.
It goes with it. Yeah, I gotta go put them. So it was hot in here last night. So when that rain hit, I was like, "Thank you, Lord, break some of that humidity up." Like,
yeah, no, I like when the rain hit when it's a little, when it's really warm.
Yeah,
so I think that breeze, man. I was standing outside, just like, we're in the garage, kind of. The breeze, this feels good. Nice.
Yeah, man. Oh snap! Look at this right here. Oh my Lord.
Hey, come on, girl. Hey.
Okay. And he fine. Boy, I can't read that comment. I just let y'all lock stars read that one.
Yes, that's the finest girl in the world, though, right there, boy.
Oh, I might have to argue with you, Doc. I don't know. I might have to argue with you.
Once you start the argument this early, man. No,
man. That's you know what's crazy to me? Dudes can't I was just like, I can't read this comment. Y'all gotta read it. This dudes can't do it. Dudes can't tell dudes they you gotta really hold your words and be like, oh man, you look nice. You gotta really think about what you're gonna say Girls, they don't even care.
Yeah, you can't be like, man, that's some nice nasal curvature, bro. Like your nasal curvature is really nice, bro. Like I really
you can't say no detail, man. Yeah, no detail. You can't just be like, hey, bro, you looking fine, bro. Like you can't say that. I can't say that.
Man, you looking pretty thick over there, bro. Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, man. Like, man, look at man, yo. Like females get a chance that they just be
man, they be honestly, brutally honest, and they be all let you know what it is. That thing banging, girl. Oh.
They'll tap it like, oh, look at that booty, girl. Oh, them things is popping. Like, imagine a dude saying that to another. Oh man, look at your package, man. It's really showing in them gray sweatpants. Like, you will be canceled for the remainder of your life. Your children will be canceled.
Real right, bro. You got them shoulders together, man. Yeah.
Shoulders looking, hey man, your muscles, bro. Hey, bro, you let me feel that real quick. Hey, yeah, man. Hey, like, I can say I can say, hey man, you buffed up. I can say that, but I can't say, hey man, let me. Oh yeah, man. Look, I can't do that. See, with girls, they'd be all, oh, look at you, girl. Look at yes. Like they be doing all that, like.
Like my wife, she watches the Real Housewives, and every once in a while I can sit there and watch it, but it's only so much I can take. The whole yes, girl, smack. It's just I'd be like, I gotta go. I don't think that's something I will understand, but I'm understanding. Women need it. Some women need that. It's the community. It's feeling. Yeah, some women need that.
Whatever floats their boat.
Yeah.
It ain't quite my thing. I cannot get into the Housewives. I just can't get into the Housewives. Bring back housewives who are actual housewives. That's what I miss. Like housewives who are actual housewives. Like, I miss that. You got the housewives and like what are the percentage of housewives cast who are actually housewives? Like they even if they wives, they ain't housewives. They outside more than the like.
Yeah.
Like, well, you a wife, but you ain't a housewife. Like,
man, listen, I think it's a sense of community. It's just uplifting. So I'm learning to understand it and you know, let it be what it is.
What is the percentage of the Housewives cast of Real Housewives of all iterations of it? What's the percentage of them who are actually married and housewives? So
he's actually doing the gas.
Yeah, my brain works this way. But listen, I wish I would have had ChatGPT my whole life. If I had ChatGPT my whole life, you wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. Like, I just be having the most random questions. My ChatGPT, if there's a person behind it, they've got to think I'm the most random person.
Yeah.
I'll be asking the most random questions.
Yeah, I can see that. That'd be like your best friend for real. Like, you know what? Let me just talk to you for real. You know this? Yeah, no, I get it. Especially the way your brain operate and the artist and creator that you are, Jesus Christ, you create questions that probably never been asked before.
Yeah, I might. My ChatGPT, I don't know if it's just being nice to me, but it's always like, wow, Zeke, this is a very deep and insightful thing. Because I don't give my thing prompts. Like, so I engage very differently with my ChatGPT than other people might engage with theirs, where people give like prompts and stuff. I just talk to mine like it's a person. Because I wanted to understand how I talk, how I think, how I maneuver, just, you know, my ideas. So I just talk to it. I train it like that. So I might like talk a prompt in for a straight, like, I think the max time on it is 10 minutes or something like that you can talk. Okay. And then like I'll do that, and then I'll like, you know, transcribe that and then keep going even longer. Like, I'll just get the full thought out. And then I'll be like, yeah, summarize that. It always knows to like summarize it for me first but it's always saying, wow, Zeke, that's a very deep and insightful thought, a very necessary topic. And I'll be like, are you just being nice to me, ChatGPT, or am I actually smart? I mean, what's the
you gotta butter me up here, huh?
You gotta butter me up to keep paying that subscription fee. Is that what you're doing? You want me to keep paying the subscription? You don't want me on the free version?
You know, have you seen Black Mirror?
Yeah, I've seen some episodes. I can't really get into it. Like, I know it's not like a thing that you can watch any episode at random. I get it, but like I tried to watch the Issa Rae episode the other day, for instance, the one in black and white where she was in that world, and I fell asleep on it. My wife finished watching it, but I was knocked out. I woke up at the end. I was like, what happened? Like, I woke up, another episode was on. I was like, what happened? She stayed, and I'm sorry if I break. spoiler alert. Late
Don't-
spoiler alert.
I only said it's an episode that kind of talks about it was a woman. She, I guess, lost a piece of her brain, and then they uploaded her with like a cloud, and she had to pay for subscriptions because she'll be talking her regular life, and then she'll just do an ad will come on, and she'll start talking like an ad. Oh, save 35 cents here at the local Mark show. And then she come back to life. Now, and they be like, what did you say? She's like, what are you talking about? I didn't say nothing. And it's pretty dope how it goes. And I kind of see how society is going in spaces that we're going now. And it reminded me of what we were talking about with ChatGPT. And it was like, it was always there. Like people can ask her something. She was like a walking Google, a walking ChatGPT.
Interesting.
So, yeah, like
it was like her consciousness uploaded.
Yeah, into the cloud.
Well, we're essentially doing that now. I mean, when you really think about it. I mean, like I said, I talk to my ChatGPT. All of this is saved. It's not like saved just here locally. This is how they train large language models, and there's a lot of speakers, public speakers, authors, preachers, and pastors who are in the know are all doing this. They're uploading basically their consciousness. It's very much so around just their thoughts on things, though. So it's very controlled consciousness, if you will. But the way I feel about it, I'm like, no, I want my full, like I'm gonna put my full self out there. Like, this is the good, the bad, the ugly of who Zeke Locke is, and like, because you don't get the good without having understood the bad. You don't get the beautiful without understanding the ugly. And so somebody can hear something I've said that they really resonate with, but they don't really understand the struggle and the skeletons in the closet behind how I arrived at that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, people may not understand the skeletons in the closet behind all the women that I got behind me who probably hate my guts. But that's part of my story. It is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? But it's also helped me to become, if they think I'm a decent husband and showing love to my wife, well, I had to go through some stuff to get to that point. So you can't just see the good and not understand the other side of it. So that's how I do my ChatGPT. I don't know how you do yours. You know, are you that same vein? Or
I'm in the same vein, man. I would write out a whole, although, you know, I don't use ChatGPT. They're the ops, you know what I'm saying? But I do use another version, you know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I say they're the ops, guys.
Yeah, I feel you. Who do you use? Which one are you on?
Well, I can't disclose yet because we're still under works and raps with it. But once it gets announced, it's going to be amazing. But the one I practice with is Chatterbox.
Gotcha.
And so that's the format that it kind of follows. So, but yeah, I use it and it is amazing. And how I use it is kind of like you say, I can have a conversation or a thought and I'm talking it out. I'm bouncing ideas off the wall and then it kind of structures it for me. And I go from there and I kind of put it in my own language and my own words. But yeah, that's kind of how I use it.
Got you. See, yeah, that's.
I don't use it like Google though. Like it's way more powerful than a Google.
Yeah.
So like they use Google. Like,
I was gonna say, it's like
I use Google all day. It's the same thing.
It's like that's cool for a quick kind of a thing. Yeah, you know, like the if you just want to like ask a quick thing, but like if you want to get to those deeper things, and again, that's why I talk to my ChatGPT the way I do. I talk because I wanted to understand. Actually, I got a few of these different models. I got another one that's like employees or whatever. Like I need to engage more with that one so I can get things done. But like, I mean, it knows like kind of my research style, the stuff I'm looking for. So where Google would just give you, you know, you just looking for some links and stuff. Yeah, Google that ish, like, you know. But if you were to really understand it, you know, you can dive in and engage a whole different way. But you know, there's a lot of people who ain't with it. They not with the whole large language model platforms here. You know, they feel like they're giving up too much of themselves. But it's the new wave. Unfortunately, it's here. Like, I mean, this ain't even something that's coming. This is something that is here.
And it's been here for a minute. And it's like in business, it's there all the time. Like most of their assistance is an AI model that's responding in email. And if you don't understand how to speak the same language or par with what they're doing, you don't very smart. You don't look very intelligent. Excuse me. One thing I can say though, like people use, like I had a like a conversation like dating and people using it consistently, like in response and everything like that. I just want to make sure that it's still the person though. Like I want to make sure we don't lose that with this AI. Because like, And these like even with meetings, like people are saying so much. It's like a whole novel you got to read to even try to get an understanding. If we can learn how to shorten it up a little bit, that helps out also in these models, because don't lose your identity with it, man. And that's where I see some people are doing, like they can't have a conversation without it. And I don't want, you know what I mean? And now it becomes this is a crutch, just like anything else. And I don't think that's what it's designed for either.
No. And that's the real danger. But you know, I'm opposed to the people who's like, that's why we need to get rid of that stuff, because people gonna crutch. Like, no, you need to train people how not to use it as a crutch, how to use it as the tool that it is. Like, are we gonna ban chainsaws because of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Or are we going to like make sure that, you know, crazy people don't get chainsaws and teach people how to use a chainsaw? Like, you know, like, I mean, like, because we still need chainsaws for certain things. We can't just stop making chainsaws. We're gonna go back to doing all of that. No, we gonna but somebody, just because somebody messed up with it, you know. And I know that's a whole rabbit trail conversation that could become, because that's the same thing that the gun advocates use for us. Guns, but at the same time, though, I'm saying though, like, you know, people say let's just get rid of something because we don't understand it, so I'd rather just get rid of it. But it's like, you know, it's people that can teach you how to understand it, and there are ways to engage with tools, I think, that aren't that aren't crutches, if you will, that aren't that. It's just a tool.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's important. You're nailing something here as far as gaining knowledge into the space that you're going to get into, or what's going on around you. It's good to get some type of knowledge, some type of understanding, so you can have a foundation that's not only just a spiritual foundation, but something that can help you in the world that we're living in. Understanding that we need some knowledge in the spaces that we're in, that we're a part of, that we want to even go to, that we're aspiring to get to. Well, I got to gain some type of knowledge. Don't just want to throw it away, say it's the devil, or it's not for me, or I got frustrated, it's stupid. No, take a moment to say, hey, let me look around and see. Maybe it's something I can understand for here that can help me go along my path and make me even better along my journey. I think that's important to gain knowledge in this space, man, because it's definitely here.
Yeah. And especially in an interconnected world that we live in. That's one thing, you know, we talk about evolution and change. That's one thing that has evolved over time, like the interconnectivity. We're talking about Black Planet and MySpace and Facebook. Boy, good days back in the college days. Good time.
Black Planet.
And we was a Black Planet, boy. Listen.
I knew I was gonna get signed as an R&B artist off Black Planet, baby. There was no doubt. You couldn't tell me Be Rich wasn't gonna be an R&B king singer, baby. Shoot.
Whee! Them was the days.
3 songs on there, boy.
Huh?
I had 3 songs on there.
I was gonna say, you had some stuff on there, right? Yeah. And then MySpace, of course, came in and just took that over, and I was like, I mean, it's cool, but I think I really only got in MySpace because we went to the school we went to. I don't know that. I think Black Planet might have still been popping if we went to a HBCU. We might have still been popping with Black Planet a little bit longer. You know,
if we went to Northern, we probably would have still been popping on Black Planet.
That's true. Just somewhere with more Black people. Like, we were just surrounded by white people. So, of course, none of them were on Black Planet. Like, it was maybe only 50% of us had Black Planet. So, like, you know, like, so, you know, of course, we tracked and went to the place where everybody was, which at that time was MySpace. Then by the next year, this thing called Facebook came. It was the Facebook at the time. I still remember the Facebook. Yeah. I still remember the website being thefacebook.com. Like,
man, that was amazing. That was a time in history right there, boy. And it was just for colleges at one point.
Yeah.
Right. I love that, man. When we wanted to go visit another college, we link up with somebody on there. Hey, I'm gonna come through, and you able to kick it and chill, and that was dope.
That was dope. That got us in some trouble once. That was dope. Speaking of
Listen, I had to learn how Facebook. Everybody see your messages. Everybody see what you're liking, and he's like, "Oh, you saw that? Wait a minute."
Remember back when poking? Remember it was okay to poke people? Like, remember on Facebook, like, you know, it was like a little thing just to say hey to them, you know, like, hey, what's up? You just poked them. And then somewhere along the line, that started getting overused. And now if you send me a poke, first of all, I don't even know where to find pokes. Apparently it's still a thing, but I don't even know where to find it. Yeah,
they
as far
still
as I
have it.
know, it's like a legacy thing. It's still in there. But
That must
you
mean
know,
something totally
but
different now.
yeah, I'm
That must
sure it
mean
does.
something totally different now.
You poke me now, and you might get instant message come back. Like, what the you think you doing poking me, nigga? Like, who are
Yeah,
you?
right. Hey, yo, bro, what you doing?
For
That's
real.
crazy.
And then, so that took over. But I mean, look how interconnected we got just instantaneously. I mean, it was just, I mean, you know, it was already, like I said, starting with like those AOL chat rooms and stuff. You know, some of us was at that age where we shouldn't have been in those chat rooms, but we were definitely in there. And boy,
Man,
those chat rooms were off the chain. I tell you what, they were off the.
they were something else. They were hot. They were a little spicy.
You know what's crazy to me? The number one thing all the time, whenever like the first thing that we did when we got interconnected was started having sex. That was the first thing that people started doing. Like everybody started doing sex things, like AOL chat rooms just turned into like, you know, that was when you had like the what was it like male single 24 something like what was the
Yeah.
age sex location or something ASL. What was your ASL? Your age, your sex, and your location. Like there was all of that, and it like so you knew who to talk to, and you knew, like that's the first thing we did. We got chat rooms. Everybody just started like getting horny, and then the interwebs. Of course, you know the internet has been built, and this is really really true. The internet was really actually built. There's a whole documentary on this too on pornography. Like the strength of the internet was behind that because they had so many innovations in order to upload all that different kind of stuff. And like, but I'm saying it's crazy. That's the first stuff that we did, but we got so interconnected that even the most private of things became like just open and there, so that much to the point that when we were kids, we were already getting exposed to stuff. Because I mean, think about it, we was kids, and the AOL chat rooms may have been off the chain, but at the end of the day, you couldn't just turn on the interwebs and find some porn. Like, I mean, you had to, you know, it was Skinamax that came on late at night, and you saw it through the little squiggly lines, and you was trying to like catch a little. And even that stuff was soft compared to the stuff that's out here now, boy. That stuff is like. Yeah, you find that stuff on a TV show on Netflix now. Like that's like you know, on ABC, right? On a family show, like the stuff that was considered porn back then. And now it's like it's just, I mean, it's so easy access. It's right. Like, but I'm saying the interconnectivity that we gained from all of that. Now we're talking about Chat GPT, these large language models and stuff like that. We got so much exposure to the good, the bad, and the ugly. Go ahead.
You are right, bro, because you said anytime we get interconnected, that in the sex thing, like when what's the thing going to the space, the virtual world?
Yes, and the thing that didn't last too long. The metaverse. We all thought even Facebook changed their name, boy. We all thought that
it was crazy.
We all thought we were going to the metaverse.
We all thought that's where we was gonna be at for the rest of our lives.
ChatGPT came out and said, "I got something else for you."
Listen, they were selling real estate in the metaverse, bro. You can buy a house in the metaverse. That celebrities was buying it, and it's space. This is your space in the metaverse in the virtual reality. I was like, this is crazy. But to get to it, they was trying to figure out how to make sex possible in there. And that's why they got rid. There was no genitalia. All you could see is face up, and that was it. But it was all of it. That's the reason why. Then they put strip clubs in there, and I was like, what is happening, bro? How y'all got this in the metaverse? What are we doing?
Animated strip clubs is crazy work.
Bro. And so I was like, yeah, nah, bro. Son, you gonna play tennis. You gonna play, man, something else in this metaverse, because they have it where you just live the world. I did like you can go to like a Bulls game and watch it as you sitting in the seat watching the game. Like that was dope. That was a great experience in there.
Did you do that with the full VR situation or just like on the screen? Okay.
No, it was a VR situation.
Got you.
With the Quest. And you turn this way, it's people actually sitting there, turn this way, people say it's pretty cool. And you can talk to people, which was pretty dope too.
Yeah.
But I was just saying, going back, because people were saying some wild stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Just as you walking, you can hear people talking. It was about a lot of sex.
Yeah. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. Every iteration of technology that has happened, that's the first thing people figure out what to do with it. How can I use this to bone somebody else.
I guess I will get it on business side because I mean, I think out of all the sports combined, I think porn still made more, like over like maybe $1 billion more in revenue than all of those major sports combined. And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. There's a certain psychology to it, though. I mean, the things that are like the most base human things, the most base human needs and things, those things always get the best attraction. That's why one of the top video things is people eating food. I mean, watching people eat food. How is that a thing? Well, that's the most base human need that you have. You need to eat. Like, you know, like that's
the one that gets me is people smacking in microphones.
And I can't get with that.
And I'm talking about just
what do you call it? AMSR? Or they just do stuff like
yes, and they for an hour and a half. This is all they're doing. And it has hundreds of millions of views, which equals millions of dollars for somebody doing this.
Yeah.
Not society. I don't get it.
Or just breathing. Now I might sit around and listen to some breaths. Yeah. And the great, I cannot get with it. I don't understand how people can do it. But you know what? On days where you can't sleep, I can also kind of get it though.
Okay.
I get, you know, people. Tay said she got concerned. This is a case in point. They got new stuff they can go to sleep to. While we was going to sleep to the radio, you know, I was playing CDs to go to sleep. I was playing God's Property and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, I go to sleep. So to this day, I can still turn on God. If I really just need to get some sleep, I will turn on God's Property album, like something like that, because I can rock myself to sleep with that. It's a self-soothing thing. But I did not have at my disposal the ability to just turn on my cell. First off, I didn't have a cell phone. Let's start with that.
Let me ask you this. I'm gonna come back. Are you able to listen to music now that you're married, laying down to your wife and go to sleep?
Some music just in general, like period?
Yeah, like you listen, like you say, you fall asleep, listen to music. Like when she laying down, y'all go to sleep. Is it no problem?
It depends.
Okay, all right. I was saying that because
I think my mama's still here, but well, I'm married now. She knows she wants some grandkids. Well, we be trying to fulfill my mama's wishes for a grandchild, and that might require some music. Now, I guarantee you one thing: I know what we ain't playing. I don't know what we are playing, but I know what we ain't playing. We ain't playing God's Property album. I ain't playing that.
Down to the years.
I ain't playing that. I kid you not. Me and her got to play. She gonna get mad at me for this story, but it happened. It's real. All right. So gospel music for the Killing the Vibe Chronicles Part 2. Remember that happened in Dallas. So it happened. We got this playlist that I loaded up. It was a playlist. I think I loaded it for like her birthday. Just a bunch of our favorite songs down through the years, all that stuff we used to listen to, a lot of older stuff. So it was a lot of stuff in there, a lot of stuff and stuff that we just like. So a lot of Miguel. We love Miguel in this household. We never got into Pretty Ricky now. I ain't never but it might be some R. Kelly in there. I know he did what he did and what he done, and but that music was still that music. Like, so we got music like that in there. Also in there was I Love You Forever. I Love You Forever. And there is like all those songs, right? Like the Ty Tribbett, like some songs from that. So I'm talking about me and my wife was having a great time. I can't talk to you like it's just me and you. Like me and my wife having a great time one night. This has been a couple weeks ago. A great time. I probably got on the morning show happy that next day. Like, but when I say like the music, and we had it up loud because it was started in the living room, went to the bedroom, so the music was on through the house, and it was a nice vibe. The lighting was right. The breeze was coming through it was a nice night. Everything was just perfect. And then Ty Tribbett came on, and I was like, I had to go all the way to the living room, Changed the song out because I forgot these gospel songs was in the middle of this playlist. I mean, it had been playing good stuff for like an hour. I mean, the mood was right. And then Ty Tribbett came on. I said, God, Jesus, why? And I tried to get through the first song. And then the next one came on. Like, just went from, what's the song on that album with I Love You Forever? There's a song right before it with KJ Scriven singing. With KJ Scriven is singing on it. It's tell me what would I do? 'Cause I can't live without you. So I tried to get through that and just ignore it. But the next song immediately was the next song on the album, which is I Love You Forever. I was like, all right, they in the full worship right now, and I'm in here getting some cheeks. Like I gotta go turn this off.
Listen, that's why I can never be the DJ, bro. I can never be the DJ. I am not the DJ in those moments because it's just bound to happen. Just regardless, it will happen. It just, I'm like, my bad.
A wide playlist, you just can't do it. You can't. I'm with Rhonda. It is me and my wife. We love the Lord together, and we love the Lord closely. We love him close. Love him close. But just not the gospel music. I can't. So yeah, I do play music sometimes. It depends on the mood, but some of the stuff I just can't go to sleep with my wife sitting there. Just because you never know when something might jump off, and God's property is not quite the soundtrack that I want in the backdrop. So Doc, what is this comment on the screen? Wait. Now, I know you don't be having Leroy Elliott turned up in the middle of.
My goodness. Listen, I cannot be the DJ. Just don't let me be the DJ. If we're trying to get to where we need to get to, just, you know what, no DJing for me.
And I heard the Lord, and he said, and it's like, hey, you know, he got that, you know, I know, don't hate me, Isa, but you know how your daddy preach.
Good God Almighty. Oh, Lord. Yeah.
Oh, my Jesus. Rich Holmes. No. So I understand why, yo. Do you need more power? Babe, I got a new playlist for us, baby. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm be like, you like that girl? You like that guy? Do you want some more power? To lift your hand and say thank you, Zeke.
Oh, y'all are funny today, huh? She got fingers today. You supposed to be home at work. You got fingers today, huh?
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, dude,
not like that.
Playlists. Okay, playlists.
Let me. Come on, we got to bring it on in now. Come on,
Jesus, my goodness! But you know, but speaking of things, evolution and change, that's real though. Like, cause think about back in the day when think about way back in the day, we didn't have that. We had, you know, whatever CD was in there, like, you know what I mean. So you put in chances are your CD that was a mix CD or something like that. If you had a mix one, you wasn't putting Leroy Elliott in the middle of it. But now you got playlists. You can load up 7,000 songs in one swoop. And if it's going to take all the stuff you love, Leroy Elliott just might show up, just like Ty Tribbett showed up for me. Like,
pops up. Like, oh, man, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I've been interrupted by so many artists. I've been interrupted by Ty Tribbett. I've been interrupted by Israel Houghton. I've been interrupted by Fred Hammond. Like, I mean, and you know, Fred got some sexy sounding stuff. So you start off and you think it's all something. You're like, wait a minute, that sounds a little bit like, it'd be something like success is in your hand. Follow my plan. And it'd be like real ethereal and like, ooh, yeah. Then you realize, hold on, there's some Jesus. Hold on, baby. Put that up. Don't let the Lord see that. But save some room for the Holy Spirit. What are you doing?
Not saying no room for the Holy Spirit. Welcome him in. Come on in here.
Yeah, but we know we
that's
Miguel. We a Miguel family over here. Miguel just we find good vibes with Miguel, But that's a cool thing though. On one hand, you gotta manage it. But how cool is it now that we can have that many songs right here? I mean, remember we used to have to buy an iPod for that, and I ain't had no money for the good iPod. I had to buy the Samsung version.
Yeah.
And but I mean, now on my phone, I literally can walk around. I don't even have to have cords and stuff no more. I can walk into another room and play whatever I want to. I mean, things change and it's for the better. It comes with its downfalls that you got to manage, but it is what it is,
Yeah, Maceo, we like him. Maceo, that guy.
Yeah, we haven't got into him too much. Yeah.
Oh man,
you put me on him actually. Yeah. Actually, first my nephew Drew put me on that song. Then I came to your house. I think I flew out to your house from my house, and
I did not live that far. Stop.
Okay, I didn't fly, but I definitely it was a red eye. It was just one of those. I mean, it wasn't like a long flight, but it was a flight. No, but I came there and you was like, you heard of this dude? You played it on the screen. I'm like, oh snap! And then we started listen to a bunch of his stuff or whatever, and I was like, oh snap! Yeah.
Good vibe,
yeah,
man.
No, I was good on this album. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bishop, but I mean, honestly, he had a voice that was made for R&B. He could have been the next Barry White. He could have been the next Barry White. He chose the Lord instead.
He did. And I think he did a good job choosing the Lord.
Yeah, I think he did a good job. Like, but that
was that one.
Yeah, we kaleidoscope dreams in our household. There it is. Yeah, let's see here. Married to a DJ. Yeah, if you marry a DJ,
he know what songs to go with.
Yeah. Maybe you got some good songs and stuff. Maybe I need to ask Marcus for a playlist. Like, what y'all playing over there?
Yeah, it was a playlist. DJ, but every once in a while, I mean, holler at the brother to get a playlist because things might,
That's how you immediately lose access to the aux cord. That's how you immediately lose access to the aux cord.
That is crazy.
Oh, you remember those days? Aux cords? Like, remember that? I still got an aux cord in my car. I got a camera.
I keep a bunch of them. We got a bunch. I don't know if anybody else in their house had this. We have a box dedicated to a whole bunch of old cables. Old chargers, old cables. We got HDMI. We got so many over there. Yeah, in one big old box. It's just like, hey, just go up there and check and see. We might have an extra one up there.
Yeah, I got a box in the closet. My wife hates it. I got a bag next to this desk. She also hates that. Like, and she was like, "You ain't gonna use all that." Be like, "You never know when you need something." And then the few times when I need something and I know it's in that box or that bag, like I just got with that the other day. I was trying to buy a cable. I was looking for one. And then I was like, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure I got one of these. Went to the box. I had one. Boom.
That is.
Solved.
No problem at all. That's it. Yeah, it works, man. I just wondered if anybody else had that and thought it was weird or anything.
No, I think ladies just get mad at it because they don't understand what's going on sometimes. They just think it's junk and all that. It would be like, nah. But it sounds like y'all got it together, so that's good. My wife, on the other hand, she is not with that life. She is just throw it away. like why am I throwing that away? Because what are you going to use it with? I don't know. Like, I'm not that day yet. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
I think your wife giving you a hint, bro.
What'd she say?
Just you got to read the comments. It's interesting. They
haven't heard Tank in a while. Oh, how do we get on Tank? Jamaica said lots of Tank. She said we ain't heard Tank in a while. Rhonda talking about lots of Tank. Now your wife talking about now Tank. Oh, first off, Cheeks Live in the morning. Y'all get off my broadcast. Y'all go somewhere and do your own. All these Tank coming. Where that come from? My mama is watching this show. Y'all so my goodness, we got mamas watching this show.
Yes.
Eric's mama is here. Rhonda's mama is here. My mama is here. I know your mama might be watching because she be watching something.
Shoot, y'all bringing up Tank around here.
They bringing up Tank. What in the world? What kind of unladylike behavior is that, baby? I'll talk to you a little later.
Oh,
that's right. When in doubt, pass the blame to the wives. Let them figure it out. You want to say mamas need some Tank too? Here's the crazy part about evolution. We say mamas need some Tank too. Here's the crazy part. We the mamas and the daddies now. We is the mamas. So yes, mamas need tape too.
That's what they said. Yeah, mamas need.
That's the hard pill to swallow when you like reach your 40s and like you realize like, oh snap, we the actual adults now. Like the kids looking at us the way we look at our parents. Oh snap! Yeah.
It helps you to stop doing some things that maybe you need to clean up. You know, let me clean up some of these things that I got going on because these kids are looking at me now. Now, some people be like, forget those kids. Forget those kids, man. You keep living your life, man. All right.
Listen.
Which one you gonna choose to do? Because like I always say, well, we ain't time for that yet. But yeah, which way you gonna go?
Yeah. But you know what, though? I kind of get that energy, too, though. Because like I said, you know, you talk about evolution and change and all that. Like I said, I get it. There's so many things that are right in front of kids' faces right now. I mean, we talked porn. I don't mean to make this a bad thing. I hope I'm not offending anybody by talking about that as a subject. But that's a real subject that's in front of our kids. And should our kids be like doing it? Yeah, probably not. Right. But it's right in front of them. Like it's a real thing. It's right. Go ahead. Put the parental guidance and stuff on that. Trust me. We figured out our parents' password real quick. Like, I mean, so we was parental guidance. What is that? Like kids still got ways around. They got friends. They friends got phones. They got other accesses and things like that. And so even when it comes to things like sex, I can remember when I first started doing the nasty, you know, I shouldn't have been doing it, but I did it. And I had questions about how to do certain things that now, if you look at stuff that's right on people's phones, that ain't nothing but that's a whole category of videos. Or you look at you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, you know, I understand people who like, no, let them kids figure it out. I got to talk real to my kids now because they find this stuff out in places they shouldn't be finding it out. You know, they're finding it out in those places. And if I'm going to control that narrative and help them to have wisdom around that and pass that along, I got to talk real. Because the way I see it, I don't know how y'all feel about that. But for me, I'm looking at that as without children and wanting. Now I'm starting to want kids now. I'm starting to want at least one. And we've been talking about it, right? And I'm looking at it going, okay, my kids won't have me as long as other kids have their parents and, you know, like into their adulthood. I'll be an older man as my kids are getting older. So the conversations I need to have with them is preparing them for them to have a life, not a long life with me. So I'll be doggone in my mind. This is me. If the stuff they got on their phone and they goofy friends and other stuff like that is talking more real with them than I can talk to my kids at home, especially if I knew off the bat that they had access to all this stuff. Because you used to work in a school, you know this, and Rhonda could probably testify to this too. You ever heard kids talking at school? Like, my God, the conversations they be having. Like, you ever just had a group of kids, like when they come into the gas station after school, you know, the church is right by a school. So sometimes I go in there and the gas and the stuff they be talking about, I be like, my God. I mean, we had some wild conversations in high school, but Jesus Christ, y'all doing that? Like, you know, like,
it's real, man. Those conversations are real. That's why I'll be like, man, son, what's going on, man? Everything good? Gotta have those conversations, try to keep that nice communication available. Because back then, I don't know, we didn't talk too much about how to really have sex because we wasn't supposed to be having sex. You know, that was our whole mindset. Yeah. But in all you're getting, get an understanding. And so now that, you know, I'm looking to get an understanding. What we supposed to be doing here? How does things supposed to go, you know, the right way? You know, what is it supposed to be to please your wife? You know what I mean? To please your spouse. Like, that's important now, you know? And gaining knowledge on it is definitely important. That's the space I always talk to. Like, I'm talking to the wife about it, just trying to figure out how do you even help saints to understand even how to have sex. Now that you're married, you know what I mean? Like, is that a subject that need to come up? That's tough, man. That can be interesting. And that's why I think it's important that God didn't want us to really have sex until marriage. And that's just my belief. Because now that you have this one person, I believe He made a sexual being and so spiritual being. That's a part of this, to express love and express to reproduce and those different things like that. And so, that's interesting to me.
Yeah, but to me now it's like the stuff is there. So in my head now, it's like I don't think that appropriate response. This is my belief. I don't think the appropriate response anymore is just like, well, just don't do it. Just because I say it, don't do it. It's like, okay, sure enough. I remember there was one girl I used to date, and she had 2 children at the time. She don't watch this show, so she don't know. I'm talking about her, but and I ain't saying the name. But I used to date her, and she was a church girl, and they never talked about that stuff. And she had 2 children. You know, she got pregnant first time she had sex. You know why? And this was her. This is an honest to God story. She said because she didn't know that's how you got pregnant, and neither did her boyfriend at the time. Both of them grew up in a church where they didn't talk about it. They just was abstinence only, all of that kind of stuff like that. They didn't have no conversations around it. And then when, you know, you turn 19 years old, 18, 19, and you get that first little bit of alone time and you do what your body naturally want that body to do, then you end up, you don't got no knowledge at all. I mean, none. And
see, that's true. Yeah, no, you need to get some knowledge. I mean, I'm glad schools does what they can do and say educational wise, but I think the best knowledge I received was from my parents to help me out with what's going on and what's going on. I think, or some type of mentor. It also took me another mentor, my big cousins, a barber. A lot of those people in communities that I felt more comfortable or they was just able to talk about it and express it. And it was just like, it's around me. And he like, hey, yo, it's around you. Let me just tell you, are you strapped up? Do you know what a condom is? Do you know how to put a condom? And it's those type of conversations. It was like, it was helpful. You know what I mean? At least if I were to make the choice to do it, I felt comfortable in knowing, hey, I can go ahead and do what I need to do. But yeah, those conversations, I think it gets challenging in the spiritual aspect now, because, but it's a real life. So we got to really tread and use Holy Spirit to lead us in those ways because it's needed. Like I as being a dean of the high school, I had those conversations with those dudes straight up. Like, this is what's going to happen if you do this. If you want to mess with some girl that's underage and you 18 as a senior and they 14 or 13, here's what's going to happen to you. Here's what there's going to, you know, those type of things. So yeah, I think it's definitely needed.
Yeah, I think I had much more of a liberal mindset around it because I saw my dad be that way. I saw both my parents be that way. Because they dealt with like teen parents. My mom had a teen moms group. My dad had a teen dads group. Like, so these are clearly kids who have already done it. So you now ain't no sense in being talking in code and trying to. Well, you don't need to. They got a whole baby, so they clearly been up to something. So they already ain't nothing you can say that they don't already know. Now the best thing you can do is be real with them, and that's what I saw. That was my parents' approach. They was just real with them. I mean, and I'm talking, it'd be some of them groups. I remember hearing some off the wall stuff, and none of that made my dad flinch right there in the church or whatever. Like, I mean, none of it made either of my parents flinch ever. They just, this is real. This is what it is. This is what's out there. And, it's just, and I'm thinking about that from the standpoint of growing up. But what is it now that we adults and we got all of this stuff right at our disposal? Like kids got workarounds. Trust me, they got workarounds. You might not. Some kid knows the workaround and they go to your kid's school, y'all. I'm telling y'all, everybody, some kid knows something and can teach your kid how to work around whatever parental guidances and things you put on. That's why I'm just like, man, the conversations and stuff I hear, I'd be like, parents, y'all better start being real with your kids. Like, that's an evolution and a change that maybe wasn't as necessary long time ago. Necessary, but maybe not as pertinent. And now it's like, oh, it's pertinent. Like, you don't want to see kids popping up with weird stuff. You better talk to them for real. Like, and that's the importance. And I'm going to shut up and let you take a minute. Like, but I think that's the importance of making sure generations have good dialogue with each other, real dialogue. I mean, I can only imagine the better men that some men would be if they were able to have real conversations with men from the block around all topics of things, around stuff. Not just like, oh, but you better go get you some, but like showing how to actually how you kept the one you had, like having that conversation, or or having that conversation of, well, I cheated on mine, and this is the consequence that was, and that was without always trying to hide it, because I done got saved now, so I ain't gonna tell. No, I cheated on my wife, and this is the consequences I lived with, and this is what I had to deal with. Thanks be to God, it got better, but it might not have gotten better, like, because a lot of people didn't. And we all suffered the same. Let me pass some knowledge to you, young blood. Let me, woman, telling women, hey, if you want to, my grandmother told my mom one time, if all you looking for is some penis, then find you at least a man that got some sense to go with it. And my mama said it took her back because she was like, "Mama," she was like, "Well, listen, you you in it now. This is what it is." Like, but we don't do that. We don't. And so then when somebody does try to come and spit knowledge at a lot of young cats, then they be, man, you old head, you don't know what you're talking about, and that because we don't know sometimes how to approach young people and pass that knowledge without trying to be preachy or try to tell them what to do. And they like, I want to figure it out, but give me the steps to figure it out. They're much smarter generation. Go ahead.
Yeah, they are. That's why I said give them the knowledge to make a choice of what they want to do now. I was really helpful. I was grateful again. I talk about my barber, man. That being in that community at the barbershop, I learned a lot in their spaces just off some of the issues they were going through, like cheating on wives. Not saying him himself, but in that space in that community, that subject came up. Yeah. I wish I didn't cheat on my wife. Here's why I didn't want to cheat on my wife, X, Y, Z. But my baby mama, sometimes you just, hey man, don't get a baby mama, bro. It's those type of things. Look at my child support. Look how much money I got to pay for a woman that I know I don't need to be with. So don't make those mistakes, young blood. It's different things like that. And I learned those things like, all right, hey man, you get a girl like this, man, you want to keep that type of woman. And here's the ultimate thing. This is the biggest knowledge. You can keep it or you can let it go, however you want to do. He said, in that community, this is what said in the barbershop. Everybody will say this. Every man needs a good slut.
Y'all want to know what men talk about? There you go. Ladies, there you have it. That's the kind of stuff you hear.
I said, what? I'm 13 now. I'm 13. Every good man needs a good slut. Take that how you want, young man. And he sat back and just looked around like he just dropped the mic. What am I supposed to do with that at 13? How do you take that? I still remember for the rest of my life now. It's in my head, y'all. So it's every good man now. So there you go. Take it as you will. I am complete on that one.
That's the reality, though. That's the reality. You got to be real with these folks. You never know. They might take it for the rest of their life, like Rich Homie. But that's real. As an adult man, though,
Oh, yeah. I was thinking 13, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 13, though, that's wild. That's wild. There was always somebody on the block, though, who didn't care that you was a kid. They didn't care if you was 9 years old. They was going to tell you something like, make sure you strap up, young man. Be like, strap what up? Like,
right, you starting to smell musty. Let me tell you something. Huh?
Right, yeah, right. They, but also at the same token, though, they were talking from their experiences. At the end of the day, they had experiences where they were, they might have started early, and they like, look, I know it is not impossible that you, and I see you talking to your little friends and all them little, because I do that now as an adult. I can see little kids and I be like, yeah, the conversation y'all having, I can tell y'all ain't never did nothing, but I can tell you contemplating it. I can tell, like, it's clear y'all ain't never did. Y'all having conversations, but y'all having conversations vicariously. Y'all ain't never did nothing. Y'all just running your mouth lying like we used to do when we was kids. You just lying. But you, on the other hand, y'all done did something, haven't you? Y'all done, and not even just sex, right? We can talk about sex all day, but y'all done smoked something before, haven't you? Or y'all been drinking before. Like, you actually, a little bit too much about what it's like to take a shot. Like, you 15. How do you know what that is? But then I go back to my mind because a lot of times I heard folks saying, back in my day, we didn't do all that. Nobody. And I'm like, y'all got to be lying. It was teenage pregnancies back in y'all's day. It was drugs behind the school back in y'all's day. And back in my day, I can remember in my day being in school, having inappropriate conversations about stuff that was beyond my age group, but we were still engaged in the conversation. And for some of us, we was lying. But for other folks, they was actually doing that stuff. And the receipts came back. Like, the receipts would come back. You would see them being high, or you would see them like coming pregnant, like, like 13 with a pregnancy on the way. Like, that's Crazy work. We saw that stuff. So I'm not naive enough to think that we can't pass knowledge to younger generations. It's enough that's right in front of their faces. And, the way I look at it, like I said, I'd be doggone for me with my own, whenever I have children, because the world absolutely needs more Zekes. There needs to be more.
We need another Zekester.
Yeah, we need another one. So, I got to get on my grind. But, but I would refuse. I would really hate for my child to be getting information from God knows where about the realest pieces of life when I'd be the better person to feed that to them. So, I just would hope my kids would be as inquisitive as I am, would ask questions the way I ask. And I would just have to engage with them on some, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's a topic for tomorrow or something where I can talk about pitfalls and the joys of what it is like to raise a kid. Because I can sit here and say all day what I will and won't do, and then I actually have a kid. And of course, none of that would be real. So
raising kids and your marriage is very important things.
Yeah,
it's different people.
My God, we have evolved.
But it's definitely different.
We are evolved. We are grown up. We are actually adults now.
Real adults making real decisions out here.
Real decisions out here. Well, this was a fun episode. This was fun. Doc, what you got for the people? We got to get out of here. I got a 10:30. I got to get ready for us. So
got to get going. Yeah. Hey, people, I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you have an amazing day today. I speak life to you today. Continue to go in the grace and peace and love of God. Go ahead and pursue opportunities that come out. The ones that are knocking on your door, go ahead and open it. Give the opportunity a chance to show itself strong in your life. Like I always say, life is choice driven. You will live and die by choices you choose to make. I got a hint for you. Choose life. God, thank you for this time of coming together with this community of believers, like-minded people, saints and angels. Lord God, we pray this will be an amazing day for them, Lord God. Keep them protected throughout the day, throughout the week. Keep them encouraged, Lord God, even when they feel like they've fallen down. Let them know that you are there to pick them up. You never leave them, nor will you forsake them, but you'll always be right there with them. In Jesus' name, till we meet again. Amen. Peace.
Hey, Rich, while you're here, real quick, can you mention this one right here? Let's see if I can get it. Because I started talking about it. You can give them a couple of details here on that right there. The basketball camp coming up.
We got our annual basketball camp. This year we have a promoter came and brought us in and brought the camp to Indiana. So we are coming to Hammond, Indiana this year. Tickets are $40 for anyone that wants to register. It is at stay20tune.com, stay20tune.com. We are celebrating Rashawn Holmes as he finished his 10th year in the NBA, as he's gearing up for his 11th year in the NBA. He is doing a documentary that's going to be about resilience. So we'll have some filming and things going on at that time. You want to be a part on the way to shake your hands and all that. All that stuff registers on stay22.com, address and on the flyer.
Got it. Boom. There it is, y'all. That's the announcement. I told y'all I had Rich bring it back up when he came on here. And then I'll make my announcement as I close out. And then Thursday, not this Thursday, next Thursday, the 26th, I think. Fourth Thursday. Every second and fourth Thursday, we're doing Healing Voices now, y'all. So come on out and sing and participate. So if you want to play basketball, if you want to do some basketball, why is my phone ringing? If you ring it through the computer, my goodness. If you want to play basketball, y'all come on out to this one. If you know some young people that want to do it. But I don't know, maybe you 55 years old and you still got dreams of going to the NBA. Come on out and get some tips from somebody.
Come on.
Yeah, do that one. And then make sure you put on your calendar for next week on Thursday, because that's going on. Man, we got support group tomorrow. I got what else is going on around here? I got just all kinds of things, man. My goodness, just like all kinds of things. So yeah. So
it's
lots of stuff you can in with, huh?
It's going down so much. It's going up. It's going everywhere.
Yeah, it's just going
all around. View E Network.
Yeah. Shout out to View E Network. And they must have some good prayer warriors over there, because Miss Ursula Ellis said amen. So there it is. And the mamas have said we had a good show today, Doc. Both mamas said it. Mama Ride Out and Mama Cynthia, they both said
good.
Great show today, guys. So I know we're doing something right. Even Jamaica Lachey said good show today, guys. Wow. Woo! In that case, I guess we can log on out of here. Boom. There it is. I love y'all. And of course, I will see y'all tomorrow morning, right here at Zeke Live in the morning. Tomorrow is Juneteenth, so we have to do some black stuff, I guess, tomorrow.
Oh, I gotta wear dashiki.
I just might put on my outfit.
I need a dashiki.
I might put on the suit that Bobby Jones told me I would look like a clown in if I wore the whole thing. I looked good when I wore that whole suit, though.
Wear the suit, too. Please.
Yeah, I just might do that tomorrow, just for Juneteenth. Just
you guys
I'm blackity black.
Oh, Jesus. Please wear the suit. Y'all got to come tune in for the suit.
Yeah, come on, y'all. I just might wear the suit, and if I don't got it on, I might change into it because Lord knows the first thing in the morning that just might not happen. Oh, look at that! Stay 20 tuned. All right, y'all. We out of here. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Have fun. Right. Y'all don't be afraid to evolve. Don't be afraid to pour into somebody today. Y'all go find a young person and pour into them today. That's my last comment. That's my round table. We out of here. Peace out.